Constituency Radio and TV. Constituency Radio and TV. Wow. Constituency Radio, TV.
Dance.
Constituency Radio, your number one station. Constituency Radio, we are live on TV. Constituency Radio, the gospel station in America. We are here to serve you, serve you better. Your number one platform, all your business and your commercials. We serve you better. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We serve you better. Your number one gospel station. Yeah. We are here. We got too close to heaven. King Jesse Radio, you can't stop us now. King's Jesse Radio and TV. I beg what Nasi. Watch a train some no. Oh, Bassani. Matie tani ebeya mensu matin sama kosuwa mamansu medi mafidie na kotu Kings Jesse Radio me padan senti mediato Kings Jesse TV so ahona mehunu seb asama yakanyina ye no pari todo say ya politics ya to ya bo wasichira nsamo pefe Urban woman, and in your mind is a grato correct. Seba o mainum samsua, Yakukom Yamia Gorja, the Ecoso, the Passitamu, Wabrabomu, and in the Echo, in the Ebo. Our Semu, a Jumasamu, a Paya Uba Fasua, Ubedi, Anopa, drive time show, and you may so you even drive. Now we can digest it so. Yeah, the Bemau every weekend. Say a bad Yamia Samsua, Yatujuma Diabidi, Shamu Didia, Pasia de Numurabia, Sajuma Dia, the Shishasuo. Yamakrai, what Jumadia and so I drink you right. You're ready to comment. Kings Jesse Radio and TV. We are here to serve you better. Together we can build.
Kings Jesse Radio. Kings Jesse Radio.
Yatide. Kings Jesse Radio.
Ebusia for me mamu ina ajo. Me mamu aha mamu achibio based on wherever you are watching me from. Welcome on board. This is King's Jersey Radio and TV on number one station in America. We thank God it's Friday. Gradually, we are getting to the end of another week. Almost there. But it takes the grace of God to finish it. So we thank God for bringing us this far. Yadaya miasi bebre. Said Yadaya yonono. We're here to serve our God and country. Join me tonight. So wherever you are, begin to like and share. Let's move the business forward. This is your station. This is where the diaspora channels their grievances to them there. Yadaya miasi every 8 years. And Kaya Ghana time because they be 4 Ghana nika just be had na 4 na 8 Yamia do ready at 30 minutes better vaso for Ghana time. This is American time. So we see for yaba mo share ni yanko bas netu. We are live on Modern Ghana. We are live on TuneIn. We also live on YouTube, King's Jersey TV. We are live on another YouTube, King's Global Platform. We are also live on TikTok, King's Jersey TV. We are live on Facebook, King's Jersey TV. The family is big. Get ready to ramble. So do you know your share mon come and your share mo boka ho? Say yeni ekuku dem betwetwe nkomo yedi kan ene yewra. Aye Justin Kodia from Pong. NPP General Secretary Anapay Yanene Edi Nkomo Wakansen Bebre Ene Efe Aba ne Yedie Nyame adom Yasanso Kase Yene Yewra Kofi Adams Honorable Ebedi Nkomo Esanse ono de Nyame aye nadom odne atena wiem hyemu awiem odne be pia sometime ende na se ensese yetutu chances ni fem kra ya dia enti ya papa ebepiem ewo studios ya aye no ebedi nkomo na NDC amanyoko no wo New Jersey ano so mpanimfu ada no ha ya papa James wo ho James dia James Amemaso efua yeah afa bajaradamte. Thank you very much. And if you have the pa, Mumfa mo pen ne mo papers ready. Questions no. I am on 2 man mo ha screen no mas na screen no. Na ma text ya because and you be na betimi abawura calls no mo. Said ya be ya betimi apontem. And thank you so much for joining us. Mr. James Amemaso. It's typical ever name, right?
Yes.
Thank you. And NDC for ebepiem elfidiem ha. Masra se Ghana nkoswo nti na ye nyina. So man be ye enye you efimini omienu. Sabi producer enye ayi attending na ebeboa yen. Nti ebasa breso na o frɛ bisa questioner. Be objective. Asama da hon bisa na ye move on. Sane ebeya ebebua na Ghana ye nkan kono etimi etumpon. Beda masepa. Na sadia ya shemo bossa ye ne ye papa ye wura. Ye bibia Kofi Adams Honorable one ye MP edema aye Buem Constituency ewo Oti region wahu. Ampa nyame adom Honorable Kofi Adams ewo fie ha asabri yaneno eba betwetwe nkomo sanso na yewura James Amemaso wono oye NDC party no New Jersey, right?
New Jersey
chapter no una aye branch manager na say chairman
for New Jersey.
Mbo chairman for New Jersey intinde yetie into all this why we have all these members gurus in New Jersey.
Oh yes, we do.
And na charge mo ma bom charge pa na makache yewura mahama say emba bi won famra If say my din entemunka.
Ye din kra ba ucha ye apimfo a ebetua.
And me secretary no amra na have there. If say for me mama Akwaba. Honorable Akwaba pa una fi Ghana banti Akwaba na say oje double. Bibia boko.
Nyame adom ye.
Na oba na fie ti say.
Well, if you say if you are a wahenti mostly no musumuta tinia ekoso efi na asem na dada na bonia ekoso a usori a unhunia eno ana eye nia eho na no mehwe penyibi na o se owo New Jersey ha enti MBP beye on 30th anniversary na ye interview na all cancer Africa na bae no na enche bia na onu ababe hu se Ghana no say ono an party mpenifo na omo wo abem se se no ma say o man no kra omo say bibia enti there's nothing different
wa kan wasema ma
wa kan sem na ma me already enti enye neti se me be ka maybe obeka say oh maybe oye ndc nti na o kasa bet obi a o say ono watena New Jersey have for more than 30 years 35 hitting into 40 enti from MPP na sha say any bibia no onim hu bi na ono onhu sa de yida na ya say o man no say ya ka no kre echere mpenifo na omukura o man. So that's the state in which we find ourselves. Enti yegusu afiso akwakoye abato afininti ama yesu yegusu a yebo ye ya prabo ye ko round ye ni o say
Sunday we be kesa sana modi jawo mo.
Oh, clearly no nya ye di jae MPP no senka omukipi ni sa kra ka ye beka se o mine ye tie se nya ye di jae mo se nyama bi wo ho a omuka omusi oh ena covid ena say enti me nhiase mfiri nyama maybe covid ba ye no etumi kan ye mfa bibi ti say cocoa production ye jae cocoa production of 970,000 metric tons and I had share once. And he also COVID
okay, right figures now.
Right figure na me mau. And the COVID inti and I kuku. And also atiaba down to less than 500,000 metric tons ana. There be a which share bonia with the toho. In she share a ube dada Ghana for say and me kuetia galamse me yese naso wishichi ena wupia mo yes agalamse no enre ya video fu frasa ba bontin regional minister for western region na otiho na ne candidate for Amenfi east na one galamse for air kasa se a soldier for ne a police for a yede ba se omo metata mo no sisi ade omutumi yes ade no bio because ya bo mu nyina illegal you say ma omo yeden mo muntu sa na mo no enti se wo wo to galamse ya say wo ye illegal na ono so oba round na so oba ye ne rounds na oye na adwin say oba chiwa ono so ye den oye illegal ti now so these are the actions ama yen major means na e boye sustain economy no this year intumi nya yen koku dodo no eno so ye beka say just that is just one
ode what yes kwan no ntem say what be maybe say kwan so enti no ye mfiase wo beginning na fi as we hura adwompo question na me all right thank you for yene honorable Kofi Adams MP Edema Buem Constituency Ewoti region NDC and yene no ewo studio ha and ye papa James Amema so what does it mean?
Amema so the first syllable ame means human being and then the maso means diversity. So in other sense in other words
onipa horo.
Yes, we come in different sizes, different shapes, different heights and different temperaments.
You all right and my member honorable Kofi Adams so na yemisa no had bibes ye we kura had ye boko na odi kwanso sanfi Ghana baye ya mam ede na ede ba America.
Well me ba America no ejuma papa bia yen party mpenifo especially the New Jersey branch no na yewo branch ha dada na eka one of the old branches yewo bet eka farm enti eka farm no mpenifo eyo nwadwin eye reorganization eka bomma the New Jersey branch no esan ye then sorry biom so to some extent you may be right say na mpenifo ewo hosa ye no kra mpenifo ewo hosa bet na omo hunkeka no confirm kakra and they've worked very hard to reorganize themselves yes and yi mpenifo actively functioning so na imrene drew say afi after reorganization afi na ye then aba also mudi sa anniversary no na this year no so being an election year no oye onwadwin say omo ye bibi targeted at rallying for victory. And he said, Omu yes, I jumedi now we hear Omuaye in such a short time. Waba a number of interventions in Ghana. Abra VR for Eko BA aided by government, Omuko BA in Sugu, the lower volta basin for Anyama say, you know, they came around Omu Boabo Ombe Boye, part of the reconstruction process. And this Omu was sat far away. Now, Omudwin Omainu who say any many other interventions are at the party level. Say Omubidi such an event into me can say, oh, you better not crying. Na zoom ya na yedi yes so yabeba na yabeta isa jumadi enti it's the New Jersey branch of NDC. Afashia omu eba be anniversary omu first anniversary after the reorganization. No, edime ba enti me church and penifo both former ones our marche branches no so before any more say are led by James Amemaso any penifo the organizers the women organizer the treasurer the secretaries and all the executives and the members are marche so mo aboa yaba bedru pontino ma memfa akwenye nyeden and down ase na minim say we will rally for victory so na enye just for NDC victory for Oman Ghana. These year's elections enye about say NDC say ya go beyond that Oman no say yes if you Oman the way anyama kono ye mistake meaning a so difficult for
is it because more pet to maintain I say mobile you su Omano and NDC
meaning and you say well Omano genu you using the NDC vehicle. So the NDC is key here, very very key here, because you were a leadership that can be trusted. Your leadership.
Some more crowd there might be paying. And my back corner, Mountfu who said, well, Mobile, my best and your man. From like you said earlier, that now, me
sure say, me I be ye, you know, say ye twan sa, nka, ye be hunyama bebre.
Bamu from Sony,
of course, nipa bien ni ho beka say, me dear, and from Yamin Kwan from Senior then, any. But say nipa da sani wo yadie na say niam ba na wo but ask conversation no kono memma we few examples how we be the difference between the NDC and the MPP, especially the MPP today. The MPP today, the difference between it and NDC yesterday, today and tomorrow. And he said there is an institutionalized support of Bonnie in the case of the MPP. Obi koye bibi na enye kura obi say na institution no eta nipa nichi. And there are many examples that we can talk about.
Right.
But when they buy NDC ma yenim say ye nipa koye bibi na say enye ye make sure say we allow due processes to be applied. Enchekra abrante bi a ye friend no Manasseh ano ye o co-media person NDC abresu edian enyama na wanchro edian investigations na 1 year he never had to flee oman Ghana. Indeed, oh yeah, also cultural book krano. President Mahama was Osman Obi Emma Okoye Okaomo Muton the book now Ochroye.
Wow.
And this year, Breso, Yamfa no Ankoka say we believe in Anas principle. There be Yamfa no Ankoka. But ye boa Anas to do some of Nijuma. Mampinia Onoka say he believes in Anas principle no, or ye something to the contrary. Ebium Wokai World Cup ewo Brazil
World Cup, yeah.
Ye koba ye ni you see ye player agitations about say or say ye tua musika emma wansa no mako akobo match, all those kind of acts be a ye nyina ene ye say indiscipline e course no e dey na mampinyi ye you see yenti an inquiry, public inquiry live, sorry na yenhwem yamfa bibia NCAC. Everything was out there for everybody to see. Jeddah issue by ye hu mampini pia say ye hu investigation ye bibia report no wamfa anko hihye baby. He brought it out for everybody, including the media person now leading Nsaka report. At that time krano na ye ni the Right to Information Act krano na ni ho. Na Right to Information Act I say ya person na ni ho. Now so mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wamfa report no amfa nsi ewo bibia. Ene ayese ya ye Right to Information Act no ntin kofo wo ho kwan say ye di information kura ma ho. Afedi ye koye SML report by the na mampeni ka you say onfa ma bontin because ye woni for state secrets. Ye mfa ma bontin. Cecilia say ye wi anisika no pressure ye de beto no so ama or resign ye no the kind of love letter mampinyi any, but that will not happen in an NDC administration. Manase ne nuclear udi chinti ye chase, he has to run out for safety. So these are not the way things must be done. Of course, Uber in terms of development, whether economic and infrastructure, obian him say, Omambia to me him without infrastructural development.
Okay.
And that was why we share even the first president, the founding president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, nyama bia oye ye na nkrofo bebre enye den entiase at that time. Musi o ye nya sa de ye nya too much and so oye no motorway no musi ya na motorway a oye ide or the ye den. Look, when him say in Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bresu ye motorway oye for na nchese befa omo be fasten e ho na ne cars Ghana for ye see ye nyansa ye to cars amuno ne akese no e ho na ye di en cars ye den e kofa the space created by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for cattle to pass e ho na ne cars ye den ever. That is visionary leadership. We can NDC ye in terms of infrastructure, from hospitals, health, say regional hospitals, so huge medical centers. They say Bank Hospital, Harbour Hospital, UGMC, district level hospitals, and what have you. NDC, ASAD, without, and you say COVID, and I be na see and a tree adwin say or say yesi anyaresa ebeboa oman no ne kanko. Debi, we knew we needed those health facilities. And the COVID beto ye no, ye health minister then him fa no koda UGMC NDC esi eho ye bisa no he didn't even want to disclose no kra no say when ya COVID or say he was taking a rest. He was taking, of course, hospital yes it looks so nice that say a hotel, but it's a health facility.
But more complete
of course we completed that facility. Omuba ya uncle say omo commission and omo dada nipa say plant in ho, and the media exposed the minister then because omokoye ekochere that these were plants that were part of the facility. So everything was complete. It was waiting for commissioning. And the minister no say, oh, and generation plant in Kahun and the media did so well and they exposed him on that. Now no ye Mampini free Kumasi Eba, even though on one side of a military aircraft no by a bet and the cars in BBI movie is more like Mampinina Olba or many accident no. In fact, yede or more prior the same UGMC Rich Hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, the Dodowa, the Ga East, the many of them spotted all over. MPP, according to them, COVID the by no who say I are sabia then ehia. Na ehia so a mube kwa koye so a ye no according to budget capacity. Now, Waka could award 111 contracts, Agenda 111, all over. Ebikurano, now even site to Okra, then so you have already awarded. Who does that? We see Kano, and so say, would be 111 no. Now so, what pity, Chikano egu. And you are not getting any of the projects complete, even according to one Kasanwo's schedule now with the share. Minya, who hey, na say, Nyamia ye wa dum ama wenya 100,000 bi. We are watching say, upe say, uwa intention say, ube see maybe chamber and hall be 10. For 100,000 and Fankucha Foundation for 10 chamber and halls. Because 100,000 into me 10 chamber and halls. Edena Nyansa Kwanso Edena will say we say would this can echo maybe first 3. When you say first 3 maybe na me kukuru no aye bibia me rente outa sika menyano na me dey share another 2. Me dey share another 2 as ya menya 5. Me renti sa 2 no so a ni amenya no na me dey share the 6th one. And also by the time I maybe no so no the first 3 no maybe afina sa be wie ya mesa kwa kwaje another what rent bi na me dey abeka ho na masan ya another 2. So within a certain period no 10 no obeye. But you start ye the yensika akwa share foundation any lintel say hospital no into me ye for us to benefit from Senka John Mahama so ye na just say any me so hospitals no me pity no all over ye UGMC the way it is, bank hospital ye no the way it is, ye be ye bebre sa na say ye wie a nka COVID ba ye no himfa na nkofo
so eno akoye suban bia both parties na mowo say yanko kate so no mu say ye be ye bribi because you know say edenya omai no wuntimi start ya de ba ko wo bebia instantly wo be wie ha and now be start ha we do no akoye but ye de you want to impress and tell the people say you are on course doing something ehona na makotu from.
Well, that's why I've given you example of inyama bebre ya yesha say ye anka omusun chire one particular infrastructure, whether health and abibisa or mushia or muye, then we can be talking.
Dear Nenia office Maya apart from hospitals no Maya Kahua Ghana air benefit us at now.
Oh, inyama bebre and mebo bosu kakra. Another one, any at least who hey die utu kwanu or say what they plane or then what the beko. Utu swa we kolande wo airport. Who concurrence says here the Kotoka International Airport yenim the terminal 3. First terminal 2 ni expansion work, then terminal 3 ye dia beka ye njan wo keke. You see there be we say Kumasi Airport no so yen dane no international. So phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Ye phase 1. Epe sika for phase 2. And yen kati so keke ye bepe sikano ansama ya ye den ya kwa kate sword. Ye kate sword for phase 2. Phase 2 no contractor no ye phase 2 no and also you know there's a phase 3. Ye phase 3 and phase 2 no ye canning in our boom a best save or mine be about some $4.5 million. So enunti ena abaya on also says ya no on also compare funding for what phase 3. Now phase 3 ne be I think 30 something million dollars.
Oh,
but
really?
Phase 1 was 29 and phase 2 is 67. So a chunk of the funding for Kumasi International Airport and Prempre International, the first international airport was an NDC initiative.
Okay.
Then you come to Tamale, also international airport. And in terms of air transport, that is one area. Then you come to what? The seaports.
Intimodia mabaye Alpha na MPP abaye Omega because at the end of the day MPP abaye finish ni awububosi. Eno kra na akakakra because
omunyam ye.
Kumasi kra de
omunyam ye. Kumasi de omunyam minim yenti a omurashi to go and then commission adia yentumi use it. Wako commission idea no so yentumi use it, so I don't even understand because omunyam ye. Then you come to seaports. The expansion for both Takoradi and Tema ports. The MPS facility now ebaye and allowing our ports now to run 24/7. Then that of Takoradi. MPP by and winning Yaumabeye, they have appointed the director of ports for Kita. Bra, even any port via Ewo. You've appointed a director for ports and yet consultant for Kita Port Project. Director of ports are OGG ni salaries and allowances and all the facilities for a non-existing port. Me, in all my reading, in all my life, me say you are appointed director of a non-existing facility that it's only under the MPP that at least if maybe you say
be assassin da ho omobeye nti say
assassin da ho obeye awunyan ye no now appointed director then obeye o radio ni TV station ha wunyan ye radio TV ni station no now wunya idea no now appointed director of the TV station already abra now wunyan chance say wo ye for years for years na nipa no da salary so say you sika ube no
oh say director no che say e bi ade na ye best start no wona oba ba hwe say ye be wie obviously say metua wo bre hoka
enti why say o monfa obi a no wo project understanding of the project say okay we may be project consultant
okay
we can appreciate that we can appreciate that so clearly make us say then of course rail development Uko Western region the rail system na yejuma ewo then of course the major one na ene ye kan ho asem so much every tema eko akosombo ene ye di akọ mpakadam na mechire wonyi ntia na nka butaye a eda NDC ni say yendi kan enye to akosombo because already no ye wo insuso transport system ewo from akosombo all the way to Bipe or say insuo no eba down kakra debre say idru opebre so na say insuo no levels no sometimes eba down one they get to debre but insuo no levels no suru kakra they go all the way to Bipe enti ye wo sa system no ewo already enti yenye rail from FEMA with the intention of both cargo and human immediately no ubenya the value of sa rail system no because of cargo down here then air fast because passenger no ensheda mfa so bia embre rail cargo movement and then mfa so then eba so the cargo kind of you raise revenue from cargo to support the human passenger movement. But when you rail with loans, with the mindset, say, with the babaye passenger, it doesn't happen anywhere. So the idea of the NDC was to have it run and connect with the harbor that is there for the water transport. Afedi omuba no omafa ade no etwansuo no so e de akọ Mpakadan. Na Mpakadan ho no there is no port that connects to the water body easily to make use of some real system na edem faso be den bebreye easily. It needs another huge investment again to be able to create a port ebe connected from Mpakadan to the water system and to utilize it. So they have failed in changing, varying that project. Project funding, project design, and NDC na secure the funding for Tema to Akosombo rail project. And that is what is in record. Omoba ye amuse omoko akoye sky train. E form de okura untumi nye we say esro de na woko akoye. Yoko akutia 2 million wasted away to a company any license. Minya omaya amum omay US ha but say obi de omay ni sika. E de be kwa akoshe company no wonya even a minimum due diligence. Say license kura ye de a removal no omu ni bi. Now, so you had 2 million from Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund created by John Dramani Mahama. Say, you had fund the beer, a counterpart funding to possibly private sector injection into yen infrastructure development. So that Omainu ye kwa kope sike babeye bibia. Sa Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund ebeye the source of counterpart funding to many collaborative projects. A hono muko yi 2 million e de koma sa sky train adi ya besine ye hu bibia ye sika ye den afa. But again America, even size of government was equally another area that you have to look at, because in Yama Bebrea Mabubo in the area of transport, aviation, water, harbor, any rail Makawaseme was run by just one ministry. One minister of transport and a deputy minister. Abayi ba ni eden no ye uchuchwa just that one ministry into pieces. Na ye aviation minister. Who can say hona Madam Cecilia Abenada Park she as first aviation. Then we had railway the development, baby Anajo Gate ewo. Then we have transport also standing. So ministry nanka one minister and a deputy and no so to reduce cost and to manage, because enye political heads and no ye jumanu so much. So you don't need more political heads. What you need are the technical brains that run affairs, not political, not plenty political heads. So a ministry that was being headed by just one minister, one deputy, yechichemu to a minister and a number of deputies. Then so still, no, they haven't added anything new.
As a munim, you know everything, but no. When you as a damn you would let you whom send your tono more capa, but the moment you get the nod, now your master Maminka Sembi, Mekai 1990s, 99 bano, na me school takrade kojo krom. Say ya makwa na me back to me krom a agona ya krom. Na me papa a train driver. There was a train from Takrady to Accra. Mefo na me besi wa akroso na mafaka besin komi krom. Ede na ama saade no ma maintain na mum ya be mum ya be se no e ma akwaya de foforo se creating railway kura no yes I the boy hombrane. Meanwhile we had the train system na ebua villages in Biania Horowa na yesuaba. At that time na NDC na power.
That's the what's in 19 that's a multi-million question that must be asked. Anything na you revive the rail system with the Kojokrum there okay with even new coaches. You build the new tracks and all that. And when him say Accra through Nsawam the no. Yes, ye railings no aton as scrap.
Yeah, me kai obi ko twitwa bia to not aton scrap. Na say dey mama na da wache. Won ye dia.
Well, men can say ya as if say ye na this. Ka che omu eja yin to home.
2016 ya na mu fi so.
And I say if you 2016 ya na ade no eye adwuma kura ma omu ba power kura ma omu ye den omu jai eye cable bi kura ekoto ho ma railway for akoye hu adwuma ma shocky obako kura ma nipa no efamu wuye, may he so rest in perfect peace. Efamu wuye just because of another level of what abandonment. Afedie koye ni year na railings no na wakwa saton as scrap. That's the state in which we find ourselves. But now the story now American is to indicate say one minister, one deputy, the Mpakadan, the Takoradi Kojokrum rail system, the Harbour, both Tema and Takoradi went on. The Kotoka International Airport, Terminal 3 and Terminal 2 renovations. Of course, the Kumasi Airport, the Tamale Airport, the whole airport, the further renovation of the Wawan and other initiatives. Saying Ejumeni na Kosu, one minister, one deputy. Yebeti move with one aviation ministry. Yembisa yamu say edian aviation na yetunya. Even some of the local airlines are now more running locally no krano egu. We couldn't sustain our aviation industry through the creation of what? The aviation ministry. Ye waste sikaye enu ye ya afedi ye gusa ministry no.
Indeed, do you believe in the policy say anka yade best to say wo ye bribi na wentimi enwie na yetu abangu ana abato abre yi mu firu ha aban obeba no emra no esese wie dia
generally in the constitution
to the benefit of the people on
generally in the constitution ewomusa. That was why the NDC continued a lot of the initiative of President Kufuor. Look, President Rawlings na bresu na ye pilot for health insurance. Now the idea was to have a national health insurance. The position of the MPP then that was communicated by ranking for health, Dr. Kwame Adokufo, because me come as a man, na boarding because luckily he's alive. So that was that my national health insurance in the way the NDC was proposing. Yenjaino ubian konkoye ne own the like insurance system. That was their position. Abraham war opposition. But President Kufuor bedi idea uhunya President Rawlings ayenu. He carried it on and established health insurance, albeit district level, mutual or mutual. But yeba ya yehu say we two anamon anamono nye bad. What we did was to correct it and make it national in character. So President Mills Bresu and yebe passe imra ehwe health insurance ya yenu national health insurance. That is making a programmer buying fufru HRs yenu making it what better. In the same vein, President Kufuor ebeye Metro Mass. Before President Kufuor banu kaye wo OSA. When you say na ye wo OSA systems are ejuma, we could have pushed the OSA to continue and to run further. But we decided say, well, yenye Metro Mass. The Metro Mass ye shall say with buses I think the Italian government na oche some right-hand driven buses and na yadi share jumadi na se. When him say NDC ba yenu company no kra no ni din yansesa yanye bibia danso NDC abreso ena yema metro mass buses afoforo because it is something na ebeboa oman so in here say we call stadium because wo to aso a yebeka say MPP project ena went to one fa with the amba entinka yensi sadin yes sir. So we kept metro mass but improved it with fleets of what buses. We kept mutual health insurance scheme and made it what national. We didn't have to almost say ye tuguna yesadi na ye no ye metu no dinfo fo na ka say ye ba ye no na ye bibi no na ye wo bibi a ye friend no national mobilization program.
Okay.
Understand MPP e ba ye omu be good national mobilization program, then in place introduce national youth employment program. When him say ye ba ye no yengu nya omo be ye no say ye be gu eno na debi ye shemu din yemra to back what today we have the youth employment what authority. That is what we do. Ye nation builders. Yengu nya na ewo school feeding inshishia wa wonde ba ye no ye den na ye shemu din and make sure that more schools that needed to benefit ye the one be ye then ebe shame. That is what we do. We don't stop project. Look, Eurojet projects na President Kufo abreso na initiative but the funding sources and the rest collapsed and everything. So it didn't work. When him say we secured other funding sources without changing the names of what those projects. That is NDC for you. Yes. And one thing as encrophobia say, ena mo edien na mo aye, eden na mo aye. Sometimes bonso a mo media no or say mo expose one. Say enye about edinto, enye about bringing, but it's about making it better. Like the free SHS argument here, yeke. Obian himself free SHS in the form it is now no, essay and education. It needs to be made and made better.
Let's just say, is it because of lack of funds? Well,
lack of funds, yeah, dear Baku. Now, so Proyene Katasi so another key. No, but ma Tio. Another example, another
say NDC no more
another
is because when your opportunity to go far and
I will know but yes so yet now be for 8 years. The same 8 years are more better than a year more we were there for 8 years. For crying out loud, we were there for 8 years. Look, the beginning of Oman Ghana say yebenya fangu sika. From the NDC time with one oil field, the Jubilee oil field. Now, so Sasikano ye di share Ghana in Puntum and no kahubi ena ye ko pay support EDBC Ghana Gas, a whole new company and unti ene Ghana sika yedi kra gas be over $300 million every year no ya service as kano by establishing the Ghana Gas Company and this ya breso and ye two sa na mum and we make sure say yen oil find no so that we don't spoil everything now no we created a heritage fund, we created other funds so that sikani binu ye de be then ye de be shishe those funds for utilization. When him say Kofi the buy no sika abayne di kind eco fire to support the economy no was from the funds that the NDC created and nurtured to grow. And the inyama bebre ena yen eya ye. Ask yourself, say omoba ya yes are the 2 oil fields, 2 additional fields, 10 and Sankofa ediko kan Jubilee hu ema wonu. We had only 1 field though. But Abraham Mubabe dia no na 2 fields ye dia ba on stream almost so no mubenya no hu sika ni nekeka hu bisa hu say e dia na yaye. Our debt has moved from 120 billion to over 657 billion.
Ahwana betu ya sa debt no.
We say mini o. or say it ya.
Do you see, sir, Ghana, are we that poor?
Well, Ghana is not poor.
It's not poor.
No. Ghana is not poor.
Are we country as a senke yakobo besia?
Well, as for besia die, you bet me about besia because untumi nya bibia ewo hu. Eti say oba krom ha ebi wo ho a nipa bi wa japade bi. Maybe we see dying and our asase no one value. A dine no one value. Utumi di ko bobesia, utumi di ko ye arrangement bi na wa ba be ye bibi na impuntu ye den eba wa bra bonum ana krunum so besia bone de enya dia eye wrong but nya ye di sika no ye den eye utumi nko bobesia enfam be ye party
Dubai amuko bobesia
utumi nko bobesia enfam be ye consumption
ye huni
utumi nko bobesia enfam be ye payment for salaries. Those are the wrong things. Ye de busia ye den eye.
Okay.
And no ya enye because for example, me catch earlier say NDC abreso ye call China CDB eko bob busia. Ye nsaka the 1 billion and no and na ye de see Ghana gas.
Right.
Ghana gas etia for that 1 billion already and is making profit. And ti wutu mi ko bob busia e di ko share adie bi mu a ebe ma wo mfaso
unse abra ye bobosia no na o dwen kwan abefaso a ebibi bedu a obegya abesia bo ba ye de ye bo na ye de ma ye na ye de na afidie complacency
because minua ye mfan share investment a ede mfaso bebre. Look at the inland port a ya ka ho asem any the way ekwan mo afaso katasihye ne proye money company akon inshishem through omofa all the processes enya opportunity say omu ena wo say omu kokoye ejuma no na mo afechi etwa saade no mo de kwa akoma obi foforo at even a higher cost many wo kase yam hwe ni ya judgment debt e ba beto yeso as far as the Buankra inland port no concerned because of this administration.
Yes Mahama so on no tongue Temaport. Is it true?
Sasem now meeting or some platform.
Yes, a portion. Say you will a department what home baby. 35. 35 for 35 years.
May the His Excellency President Kufuor Abreso and MPS.
No, Sasem na yeno krese Mahama ton.
Of course, no krabia him. Na Mahama owo Temaport document hu to me say obeto nka se Mahama ton Temaport anka no nam ho a na so adwinu
so why do people make such statements?
Well nya omo kanu tie o MPS say omo be ba Ghana President Kufuor Abreso ena odi won ba Ghana, so that's the first time MPS came to Ghana. But under the NDC and under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, MPS Juma was further enhanced. And omu buildi a terminal. Your friend MPS terminal. Omu operate a whole area the only terminal. Mino woka say air function 24/7. Uko tema habo says ya terminal na eye Juma 24/7 eye MPS terminal. So they build, operate
ownership near Ghana for there.
Is build, operate and transfer.
By who?
Build MPS.
Okay.
MPS ewo area bia. Mrenu nyandru ye. There are a number of years. Na say ade no nipa no te say but you benefit from some form of revenue. At the end of more pretty or more dividend be our den or metia amount. And now ports tema habonankasa so ewo or percentage ewum. So it is not like 100% for them. And it is build, operate, and transfer. So everything goes into it. Me babaye this investment. Me investi say we are me raneno for this period. Na me di aye den. Na me di amount na ababeye udi. To say the Ameri plant arrangement na eba ye no.
Okay.
Say you would after a certain years of operations na ababeye den ababeye wodi enne ebeye ye denti ena aban etumi yi bi ediko Kumasi to establish almost the 6 units echo because there are 10 units 10 units and no we yi then 25 10 and am I that 250 or we 6 of the 10 ediako Kumasi to establish a new enokurano. The cost of relocation alone was about $36 million. How?
Ebusiafo yene ye papa yewura yen honorable Kofi Adams MP dema Buem Constituency woti region ena yene ne edi nkomoi sanso ena ye papa James amameso edino obisi o explaining ye pa brilliantly explained the amameso waje tumpa ena ye no ebon komo ewa ha eyumbre abresu a mama mo bes ma aduasa mo bie phone lines na wa frena o question bia na webisa but mamembra honorable su bio sese yenim se mo prese mo ba ban mu
sure
obia the message be na ndisi kuta.
Well, the NDC has a lot of messages. One of the key messages in Yenim say unemployment, a major killer. And of course, infrastructure development.
Okay.
So we say you cannot ignore infrastructure,
right.
And you cannot ignore employment generation because the 24-hour economy. Now, in the 24-hour economy, in the 24-hour,
and no biasi muchemu and not the 24-hour economy no obechirem.
The 24-hour economy there abrochire had ye mumu already. So you understand it better than more say you can't maybe say 24-hour economy. The last time I explained it so simply for somebody said. Your service areas be what run from maybe an upper 8 above 5 no more. And I gave example of say for example like maybe DVLA. DVLA should be able to run 24/7 so that we juma yeni we kwe juma from 8 to 5 and yafe na we be jani free we juma mu say because DVL bepon by 520 me jai me juma akwa renew me car documents and akwa renew me license because when him say DVL be juma 24/7 you will focus why you we juma upon now why you then wafa
obey for how many hours
obey for 8 hours
obey when him say entimi ya possible
why I didn't entimi
enye ye because one nipa na utia na kabo some no Ghana ya attitude so ko you say 66 ebi kura atumishe mu one person now aketua no meba se be ye ya ebe ye pa one 24-hour economy no already we say be ye we should have a permanent solution to electricity well and sana with this kind of doom say hospital
minia in 83 even before then it had happened but the 83 was pronounced and yenya energy crisis
right
and no na inform me abaya na also say hey yentumi mfa yeni ensi hydro nko and you say yes say ye two anamo to have alternative source of what energy generation and no and na ede aboaze thermal plant the aboaze thermal plant via ready kind ekoye under President Rawlings because no mu say hydro no rely on God nyankopon ma insuo to and na dam no beye maye ama yetimi aye then a generate hydro so you cannot rely on hydro only as on mine enye reliable eye cheap nanso enye reliable so or say winya alternative so that just in case ni see in the 80s ni ebisi bioma ye wo alternative e wo ho So ye den share ebeto ho. Well, President Rawlings here the Abuazi Tema plant came on board. Then MPP BD they suspended the alternate program. Okay, say Dr. Charles Rekubrobe or describe abra energy crisis in see or say then toy generators. Toy adie ya mbofra edidi agro or see generators now mukofa buy when he was there toy generators. Now that was the time asophobi eko akosomo eko bompaye say nyankopon ma nsuo nye den ento. So NDC but President Kufoso etu anamobi but anamona otu ye no was to add another hydro but on Buem me no say Buem is performing like a picking plant. And your planter running all through. So it tells you say the issue of hydro no, even though a cheap no and yet reliable. So NDC buy no na adieno esambe 2 year bium, and it was made worse by the fact say the West African gas pipeline yingina yedi yensika akoshim to help build sa gas pipeline. Gas pipeline Nigeria, Benin, Togo, and Ghana. These 4 countries and you put yensika together to build the West African gas pipeline so that you the better gas from Nigeria through to Ghana. Na feed into the various plants now according to the quantities then muhia na mutuafo ana your contract says ena ship bi ebe say sa pipeline ship ni be say sa pipeline even though the gas pipeline was there into me for gas in free Nigeria through it to support all these countries Buem. That was one big problem so plants na woho gas only no omunya then omunya gas because the gas pipeline was damaged. Then nia aka no so no na endorse. So the government have to put in place emergency arrangements. Eno na edi ameri any other generating plants here then edi buy. MPP buy no omunti energy sectors inti edi no beka omu see ye mahon excess power. Omu see excess power but inti ase niminti say in energy there is what the Ghana Energy Commission can say you would have to have between 10 and 15% allowable excess so that because bibi to me see na wenya backup a bit to it. So it wasn't excess capacity that is not allowed in the industry. It is an industry allowed excess. Now so omotinase na debia ena mahama MISS ena mahama MISS without understanding say Mahama had a dream of industrializing Ghana. And in industrializing Ghana you need energy. You can't industrialize without energy. Because that was the same vision Dr. Kwame Nkrumah enyaye. That was how Akosombo came into being. So Mahama had a vision. But Omukotina ho, and our mama SS power, and our mama SS power. And they didn't do anything. In the midst of the SS power, no, Yesabe drew pointer, ene ye wodumsum. Ubia, we see Yama, Upapa Jawa, Japadie more than necessary. Nanso what naswa mabibia ye then akoma was ako back to the same state that you were in, the family was in before papa eye nia oye. So eye nokre say we need power, but we have an understanding of how to generate the power, just as we did our mobile and almost SS power. No? We have the understanding. Says here the issue of nuclear power plants also idea Ghana cannot ignore, because Dr. Kwame Nkrumah shares in Utusana. That's why we had the atomic area Ghana says wadani residential area and sassening in ya tuntoning in edi kusi adine. So we may not be able to build the thermal plant in such an area, the nuclear plant for energy generation purposes, into maybe in that area. But that whole idea, that concept is there, that is seriously being looked at. Plus, the other generations and utilization of gas now, even as we speak now, some of the fields are still flaring the gas. And many we say energy is key in this industrialization business, and the NDC understands how to deal with the energy situation. And dia na yenim, but nyana me can say possible no, because nipa okwe juma na adwin no say oh ejuma ne de me ye ne de a se man ye ne a ochena meye wonim nyanti a eba because ono nkwa na oye responsible for that schedule. But in the 24-hour economy where you have to hand over to Amma will have to hand over to Ajwa. So when you are handing over the file to Ajwa, you must state a juma 1 year for the 8 hours. And you want to mean konkotena hokeke. Abra files haba wenima u yenwe juma, because you are not the only person who is going to handle that file. Accountability within, because 8 hours no soon another person is coming to take over. When that person is coming to take over, no, or bet they should be handing over notes every day. And you want to mean koda or file, so file no to baby say oh idea my yenu na oh enemy call papa sia kwa bibi enti me yen ejuma oh maybe me yenu next week. You don't have that lassity anymore. Ukwe ejuma now we hear 8 hours upon so be take over. Don't you hand over?
Of course.
Now say ukotena ho na wan yehwe what are you going to hand over to the next person?
Ghana nkasa na yen
ena me ka say that behavior no, the 24-hour economy will solve it.
Yes. Ena make us our economy. Ena make us explanation is still and Tom.
No,
in Yuma horo ben e wo ho a ye de be 24-hour economy.
Enuna
da be na mo be create bia ka ho.
Enti na me share say me kire wo some of them like some of the service industries.
All the ministries ni na mo ba
Debbie. Not all the ministries. Ministry there, some of the ministry areas, special units of a ministry bia and a department be or was say juma ebe baake another one otumi run 24 no omubeye juma enye every staff that must do 24 say you can say because you can say 24 hour until everybody is going to
juma so it doesn't affect me.
Well, that is why you will have an incentive. Now incentive na ye de be ma wo no wo hwe na se be boa we juma wo take advantage of it wo betimi ay expand ama wo profit base no so ay larger adenti na wo be fast adian which business person will say oh ya ma wo maybe tax incentives and others plus energy support obenya energy no cheaper because mostly no Ghana ye koda we don't utilize our power again. We say oh you're off peak. So our off-peak period, no, we want to utilize it and make sure say industries can plug in. And the time of use meters, no, ebema wa be plug in during that time. In addition to normal time ejuma waye no, instead say we be maybe say 18 Ghana cedi per kilowatt hour biana yetua. We dey maybe ye be ma 9 Ghana cedi per kilowatt hour. And the cost of production the eso so sa wo cost of production ne ba forma wo profit ne ye den e be kosro. So out of the profit na akosro no you see fabi na fa tia additional stream of workers na wo ye den offer. So woni on mine che wo profit rigaka wo de maybe 50% e de be employment to pay the staff, and the other 50% become your profit. So that is the private sector area. Of course, agro processing. Will continue to import tomatoes, mangoes. Nancy, I had the report by mango cry, ye crabby free Burkina. Burkina omukunto kwa buying yes omu ehona yeko tomatoes ehona yeko for mangoes and so on and so forth because yebeye poalugu yakwa kutua $11.9 million edi ama Pawe China group omunye hwibia ewo Palugu omudi yensika ako. And if we are done at least that dam, one village one dam now almost muko akweni sika hina hawa kumsun say yedi amano or say yamanu 250,000 Ghana cedi for a dam, and that you cannot build a meaningful dam.
Hey, is it possible?
Say sano no cause 250 and see into me yeah meaningful dam, but abayin be catcher ye say ye kwa koye one village one dam, and the money they give to hawa kumsun according to her 250,000 Ghana cedi to do a dam. Anything I want to me a meaningful dam. Meaning you convert $11.9 million. Actually $11.92 million converting it to cedis. Na yen sika hinya ewom. Na say ya adwunkra say how akumsin say 250,000 Ghana cedi into me a meaningful dam. Na yen page mukram emfanko even 1 million per dam. Na the number of dams anka yebetumi aye individually to solve the problem of agriculture in the north. Now so sa sikano ayira na anu ye ko bisa na omo di statement biaba say oh ye topography, environmental impact assessment and so on. Meanwhile all those assessments were done as part of the work before amu award contract. Ningina wo be ye sa de ningina mo ye hu drawings mo ye hu course and sana we say hydro dam no ebe course ye say dam for irrigation no ebe course ye say before you awarded those contracts. Indeed, the former minister for food and agri Ebe Kai, and he gave us a figure that was used in all the feasibility works, that it was between $60 to $70 million. And that is true because the feasibility works in Asia under President Mahama in 2013. Yekonya sekana yedi yes our feasibility studies, it came from Agence de France Developmental Bank omu enomu support omanu with technical support from World Bank. And the VRA did the feasibility from 2013 and finished in 2018. And no enna EPV equino to be able to cost everything. And in 2019, the MPP administration headed by Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Baumia Eko Kate sought for that project. And nothing had happened, but Yakwa Kutua $11.92 million to a company wasasani nyame free o maino ako.
I am much interested right now since I'm open power banner. We still want you to tell us more on what Mahama the 4 years obetimi abia, because and also akoye a little deficiency say obi oba 4 years there ontimi ye bibi ono an oka say aban bia no obetimi de 4 years aye bribi. Now 24-hour economy no so my office here say ena ebia maba anapa 6 to 2 obi beba 6 eba start 6 friends said 2 p.m. no e de akobe 11 na ne ohon so abetua so de akwa anapa already ejuma fukura yentimi nduo omoka ne omo ye single we kura no aketua ne kem sa benefits na wo kase ebe baso no. How is it going to work out?
You were just saying
we need chunk money to pay people, which of course is going to employ a lot of people.
Yeah. You were just saying, say, productive. And I've given you an example how the 24-hour economy shift system, ebema like yet say taking leave. When him yenta ko brain person or moko leave e Ghana because nipa no call leave, he has to hand over until we to beba beda o.
Baby okra e jet me tum by force.
So nipa pese o mo be call leave kura. But with this system no, because of the regularity of handing over anything na I might say USA anything na when you say proyene katashi she no e wo ho. But it's a bit lower, it's not so much pronounced in many places.
Yes. Because
of the regularity of wako, you finish these days that you work, it doesn't belong to you. Then file now you are expected to handle the file up to a certain stage so that nipa ebe take it from you or no so be fan from the stage now we to the next one. So the 24-hour economic system forces productivity. And once productivity is there, you are going to make more money. So you will then now be able to pay people, including those who go and were pretending say omu yejuma bra na omu yejuma. And of course, it's not everywhere that you will be able to run the 24-hour. We understand that. But assuming say even 50% of the sectors you are able to run, plus the new ones that you add, especially agro processing, and the rest are where they make it. You will make it. You will make it. And of course, we be say a question be earlier. Say, Nkrofoka say na 4 years there, then meaning Ghana, yen constitution 1992 May ye to ye ejitumun emma mampeni bia ye to abama wa emma 4 years. Ye ma 5 years. Ena ye ma 6 years. Ena ye ma 8 years because ye nim say in 4 years no ubeye bibia ebe so nipa nim say we here they give you opportunity to continue. Yes, the fact say Mahama beba beye so much ontumi ntwaso no doesn't mean say my man no kwan ma on man beye nya obetumi aye eye papa. And because of that nti yemfama obi a onu ontumi nye because o say me wo 8 years. Nipa no Nana Danko Akufo-Addo okofa Dr. Buem aba no e dia na o ka kire o say enu nti na me kwa kofa brantie a oboa President Kufuor ye omoboa no mo ohwe sika no so e ma sika no gina yie enti makofa na ba because ye see di no aye hata at that time during Mills and Mahama era 2 CD to $1. Now no babe any minia at the time Nana Danko Akufo-Addo take over with Dr. Buem as president and vice president. Now wo kosesa dollar we here just 3 CD 72 pesos. Now was $1. Ene we here $1 you have to arrange for 16 CD. Asana unsaka $1.
Okay, ukutesika CD kope dollar 16 CD.
Wow.
And
16 CD to $1. Any less than 4 CD to $1 no. One would you say we manage economy ni. And no na honorable Canada Japan or Kadebia bra no ye campaign. See, look, the MPP have no message say answer Dr. Buem because onu eno ye chairman of the economic chairman of the na say no kra no kan no kra no da ho a na nipa no kan there's nothing to say about it no kra no kan assembly da ho a we say look Dr. Buem you are the chairman of the economic management team uti ho na ura ya osafoma for beka say Dr. Buem you be a say economy ni gina here yemfa abasobo no nyina anye den emfa manu because he is like an activist chairman of the economic management team.
Exactly.
All those accolades nyina na wo bo wuti wo gini nyina to so. The president also went to parliament and praised him. In all those times na economic and intelligence unit report now Modiba in 2016 has indicated the performance of the economy in 2017 and 2018. Who check your report it's shown predicted economic growth rate of between 7 and 8%. And they stated again say whilst they are predicting say the MPP will win the elections, the economic performance in 2017 and 2018 will not be as a result of the decision of Partia Ebedin Kunim, whether it was NDC or MPP. It was as a result of positive decisions already taken. Omuka asadi eni na ewo mu report mu. Now indeed, MPP bedi adie omu wini 2016 na omu forme a buying in anaye handi over 7th January 2017. After 100 days in office, ehona Dr. Buem ko ka say omu initiative no na ama sesi anu ya $1 Edi na shedem aloki edi safuama IGP. Meanwhile, in 100 days in office, no, wo budget kuranu, prepare, any policy bia. So the stabilization of the currency then could not have been linked to the MPP, any MPP initiative in first 100 days. A hon and trono eshasie.
All right. Okay, maybe a phone line, so no, bet me a friend. But in the meantime, I remember Mr. James, I remember so. So one year, a year chairman, and Edema, New Jersey chapter NDC. One more eba year or more anniversary, and intinema yatun safre honorable a year Kofi Adams Manaba, ordinary yam ebe teach yashe wunkrane. Eja akwaba bio. Boko dear. Me pesa uchre NDC for ne Ghana for a hell. Jumedia Mubedi, why the anniversary this time? Is it because about to be doing tea? Namodi shared our share. What is NDC members also doing to support Mohammed's victory to be actualized?
That's a question. In the first place, honorable as I say, your friends on Bra, New Jersey, was spending the time joining say celebrating reorganized anniversary. Before then, person da New Jersey for and New Jersey NDC for executive committee members planning committee members and party I had the danu penny for more and asana yes I reorganized me da must say yakabum and I push say party a bejina ye anniversary say we reorganize me the profuka krabi from say between broken
yeah, that's just blend it. Feel free.
The party no ha New Jersey are very dynamic, but maybe I came na a conform kakra until reorganizing by 2 years roughly a year and a half, and I started until now you see just say man for I want New Jersey hanging na and him say yawaha wa u dream o mine ho wa u feel say Nana Akufo-Addo any Baumianu administration a nightmare and my own and they just say wo de wo ka ho bi see the be a betimi rescue your country enti you put and say ye be ma nkrofo bebre who say ye wa ha first and foremost na ye nyina no obi antimi nye President Mahama by ebe ye fundraising kakra bi on New Jersey because of that, because of juma ye wa hanutina ama president no abahananse ye abetwem o kan say onu nko ontimi nye juma no ontimi nye election be successful ye hia obi a obadwen si de bia ye betimi aye juma ai e be ye de ye nti wa ha no on my platform no say ye pese ye fa message no to her
right
say party no wa ha on New Jersey nipa bebre name. But so far, we have more than 100 people are registered. Together, we can rescue our country because what is happening in Ghana right now, a nightmare. We are Ghanaian, honorable. In fact, to be honest, with so much admiration for you, and yes, but you have really impressed me in a way that you know whatever is happening. What Bobby Bia, what would tears see an ultimate say, Ghana ye. Say, Peumaya, you bet me, I can say, this is where I'm from. That's our homeland. But the cost of Siciano, and yet, yes, strength of Bobby you don't have to be NDC person. We are Ghana Nina who say, mine win joining hands. So the bear, or you bet me in a year, you put I know.
Until Ochina. Brebena mo fiji media na sana venue no san tisubiem.
Yes, venue no 52 Park Place or Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Zip code is 07102. You better just exactly 2 o'clock. Ya friend penny 4BR on the aggressive occasion. Bini honorable Kofi Adams waha sisia wakabi bia achre. And you want penny 4BR former spokesman for President Mahama, Mr. Malo,
right?
Ben Duche Malo, Sisiano Oyejuma or UN, Onusu Obebebi, and Penifo Kakra Mohani chiefs and community leaders. No, yeah, 2 and Safro, yeah, NDC 4 Omo New York, Any and I Ghana for more New York, ni Connecticut, ni Rhode Island, ni no ya 2 and south from Monty Crawford Beba, ye pese bia beba, say the beya together no. We can do something here to support our party to rescue the country. Rally in New Jersey for victory.
Thank you. For Sabri Mama Mokwana Mobisa Honorable Kofi Adams cause Mesrao and ye in attacking form. Bisa questioner Ufi se Oju man kan kohwa. Se NDC aye bribi na nko yi a ode bisa no. Na onfa akomatoyem enyi anoma yen. Ebise munti ene ye wa ha. Na yina ento 7327989584826000913. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Abe.
Papa.
Inform to say.
Nyame adom pacha wonso e.
Yeah, nyame adom. Honorable Honwa. Me pese me huno. Honorable Kofi.
Yes.
Adams, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Welcome to United States.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I won't declare my party alliance. Maybe I was with the lady. But my question is, you have done a very good job as it is this evening. Answered a lot of questions, and I really appreciate it. And I've seen that now you are grown and you are seeing the whole thing as the light is shining over you. So I really appreciate it. I won't take you back to the old times before the MPP took over 8 years ago. But my question is, my first question, I have about 3 questions for you. My question
snappy,
is,
be snappy.
Yeah, why is it that when these 2 political parties that we accept comes into office, refuse to continue the job that the old person did and then leave it in the bush after spending a whole millions of dollars, and then you come and then start another one, and then they also come and then leave it in the bush. So now with what is coming from my heart now is, can we forget about any other stuff apart from technological stuff coming, and then these 2 parties go back and rebuild all those things that we have left in the bush rotting? Because your mama, your government ordered the ambulance. It's all right there. We can see it live from United States rotting. And then the MPP also brought in and it's working now. So how can we waste this money? And then my last question is, you are in parliament and then we saw a minister, you are in the same pulpit, the whole place, or in the same, wherever you are, in the parliament, brought about $35 million in cash and gave it to America for free. What are you guys doing? And then somebody also took about $6 million and left it in Alaska. Come on. And then we bypass all this money and go and borrow money from IMF. Are we doing God service to ourselves and building our nation? Let me tell you the last thing before I complete. Finally, the American politician, every average American politicians in the Senate or in wherever it is, comes and say, my service to the nation. They don't think about their pocket for the nation. But I see that we Ghanaian politicians come and say, oh, what can I make from Ghana? But Americans say, what can I do for my nation? People think. Thank you so much, and you are come.
Thank you.
Please, you are blessed and you are here. Thank you so much. God
Thank you very much. I will allow Honorable to answer your questions for you. But before then, let me pick 2 calls at a time so that we hello, good evening.
Good evening, Abe. GCOP Nakasayo.
From France. Thank you.
Yeah, GCOP Nakasa from France.
All right.
Abe, Yeah, me pese me chia honorable. Honorable me chia penny amemaso me chia no so. Me chia o tie fo nyina me chia mama babs ani obia honorable Kennedy Japan tita for obia me chia obia. Honorable media me MPP ni let me your 3 questions are maybe so. Okay. Because baby ayabedru as a country no we need Ghana first. Tama ye as a honorable Kennedy Japan tita for ye campaign no. Ye konof, ye kovota, ye ko bibi bibri. Bibi a ebe fabia no. Honorable Kennedy Japan discover bibi surunko a ewo sa area ho a. Yina yetimi champion a discover any impuntu beba ho. Bema sa nkrofon from those areas no. Omu migrate so omu bakra anase Kumasi. Sesia no bibi ayabedu as a country no. Media meaning for sure say December 7th no. Muna muba bem. Sesia no me question say die ben na mubeti mi ya fa sa project no mu.
One my auntie.
Man cannot mutimo ya o de complete
no,
question.
Me abe, let's face the facts. Me crofo no de omu di car na kopim. Enu de yenka no kra no straight. Me MPP ni. But Ghana first nti MPP ya de na se enya meka se enye. NDC suya enya meka se enye. Mahama time no I was one criticizing Mahama. Me criticize you omu bebre onu ankasa oti onu me criticize no. Me from me free aflawu me free honorable Fifi Koti the constituency se sia ya blago mashi na ye MP but me dey me MPP ni. Secondly there may be sanu say given assurance na mu ma ye say MPP ye MPP for corruption na ba no given assurance na mu ma ye say mu ba yusu mu be yet bibi ti say fast track court ti say the way Kufo ye prosecute omu di sika no because say accountability ni ho a ekrono entimi nkoso because sika ye waste as a nation esun chen de ye ko bisa o IMFCC a because tinasi say be ye party sema yentimi nko bebia and the third one maybe say adentina sa contract na mu award ma those mu of parliament because enuntina make say mu because who will be as a member of parliament who award most of Ghana contract no foreign contractors and na yewa investors bebre wo Ghana mu ye Ghana ni obi ti say honorable Kennedy Japan obi ti say Ibrahim Mahama obi ti say how do you call it the Owo UTV omo oska adenti na sa project say $1 million project ba muntimi gada those Ghana sikafo no amunim say omo ye investors omo semu obi muntimi gada omo na omo ye ba ku na mu champion sa course no so that skanu be kakro no mu na say they piano mu award those contract ma foreign contracts and na omo se sa skanu ni na iko omo just can wo Ghana enu na ema ye sidi no e depreciate no enti die ben hihye na mu fa those ade no hu enu na meka for now.
Thank you very much.
Enti honorable answer those questions mommy.
Thank you. That was just COP from France. Okay, honorable.
Yeah.
Mama akwenya na the first caller no dia na boboso na second na
me da friend for that say saying some of maybe say they are linked in some ways or the other. The issue say they contract they foreign companies instead of local persons.
Exactly.
A bit more capacity proven.
Sure.
Now that's on with me. I believe say me no one ya drink and no na eka ho bi ntia ene despite sika bebrea aba omanum despite debt na ye ka say ewo ho because ya bubble sha bebre no still yen cd ni bibia no ye weak because infaswa every ekanum eba no ekoto nkofo a omu emfree Ghana enti edru bibia omu besesa omu sika no into dollars no omu di akọ but say wo boa obi a oye Ghana ni a ne businesses ne expanding no na Ghana fo ya na ye den omunya injuma no den more say obeka ya road contractors not just one person in our asphaltic machine as at 2009 you be take over but yet to me build the capacity of local persons bebrina to me says here then asphalt roads and competing with international contractors. Okay, President Mahama obey an investment in pharmaceutical industries. One fan koma any company be outside. And one can say, me party near now, me party. He looked at those who have the capacity and he invested in them. Those are the things I will say, then, yet was so, And there are many business persons, or more MPP, no make us say, Abrana in this wohon, omunjuma then, koye sen, Abraham Mankasa on party, because the level of discrimination, within on Mankasa crowd party, serious. Won't a certain clique who you would not be given any opportunity. So, many years doing, and I believe that that is part of the agenda of the John Dramani Mahama government. Wayebi earlier, but maybe one year no even Kesiafe no Babeyeno even more to be able to improve a lot more local persons. Osam beside you about Proyene Katashishe. Yes, I think John Dramani Mahama has proven it in the past, and he has my indication Biom say ono oma mekontia Proyene Katashishe only against omo nwetwemu wusu a obema wa kwenya say brana beye binu unnim na se bibi se si a onfa nchew.
And yet the same thing na Nanado Sokoka.
No, be say Nanado Koka no wanfa nye edwuma. Nanado Koka wie na enye no na wadan no ho clearing o clear.
Mahama ze Koka de be edwuma.
Tie. Honorable Abuga Pele.
No, you scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Tie. Honorable Abuga Pele. Men kasem fadesen. He was a former member of parliament. Abrana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ewo parliament no so ewo hobby. Ye de Jeda Emano say onhwe so a nyama bi ankoye for ultimate responsibility they allow him to go through prosecutorial processes till he suffered the ultimate consequences. The same thing with national service. Ujaima prosecution and the rest to go on. He actually ordered say national security for then any investigations. So at least he has proven say uye bibia yem fan yeden yem fan chew as compared to
Mra wo ho a Mra betime dealing with issues.
Mra wo ho,
but we always bypass the law.
Look, the reason 90 ayeme time the special office of the OSP now it was something people thought say well eba beboa in some ways because Attorney General and Minister for Justice or your no colleagues na ya mu disaboni nti yenya obi onka cabinet maybe obi ye bibia or dinenua obehwe bibi fufu na wa yenya o say oye. The first person I didn't call who Martina Midu maybe officer on my may be before or buy no obewi no be free or no say there be microphone wouldn't buy and say on me kuntia proyene katashishe no ono na oye the mother serpent say owo ono na owo nkiti no ono na oye the mother serpent of corruption before anu u free ho mi ayede na be so na no okoye press conference na akaka krank usuye ose ono de wa ya kwa kodu bibia ono bedru obehwe nya ono be na wako because he is not getting any cooperation from the system to fight corruption. Enu ensi ewo NDC abres. We will deal with past and we will deal with present and we will deal with anyone who thinks onu oba abem because look many amemiti ha misro when you misro say NDC bana say yam hweye anye nyo say ye ya nkrofo lose confidence in constitutional democracy. That would be the end of it. And the kind of things that would happen.
MPs now some way so relaxed in all your constituencies. Honorable say
well, no, I don't. I think the MPs, or no, I may speak for MPs even sometimes from both sides. Then yeah, and they say the system now you're running. So why you're lucky now when menya ubia oye head of the executive? Maybe. I don't know the right word to use, but maybe I don't have any. My vocabulary in Twi is weak. But Mamika say maybe na dream wo fie na eda ho emma oman no. Ombe suppress MPs no from doing ejuma or say omoye. Ma example. Ye wo oman no na MPs kra ebe press conference say the 85, the big 85. Say finance minister no onya de enti yenyi no free ho. And so issues be by yama ye raise those issues. Ye koka say yenye den yen senza minister no. But Mampeni friend one they forced them out of the censorship process. They didn't participate. They didn't participate in engaging in that. So and you say MPs, you know, sometimes they are unaware, but yeah, the pressure eto omusu. The issue say you identifying the areas of investment in various regions. I know no data no ho. So we hear President Mahama name ran through 2020, and even before then, he had similarly, just like the way Kennedy occurred, he also has business mind. And to occur, he seized potential. Maybe why tourism, maybe why agriculture. Ufa mimi oti region say both agric and tourism.
Have you done something with your
a lot of feasibility works have been done and in Payena Yebo
feasibility, but nothing has.
Oh, of course, but feasibility now wait me.
When did you
feasibility no crano won't mean yeah feasibility ni na even to a level of say ebedru investable level, because me why you say you have been able to identify persons who have either have control over lands and have control over this and engage them, because sika yede feasibility ne dey me ni bi wo horses ya now working to identify persons ombebe to come and do real feasibility investable what they call investor be nim say oh adie yi wo ho the person will be willing to bring name antimene na ya adwempa niama no e wo ho, and we have to aban emboa na yenye feasibility no to a level of what investable level, and then you say bankable kata what they call bank bia omuhu or make us say this is good, this we are willing to put our money into it, and idea NDC yebe so aye then oh I have not answered.
Okay, all right.
In Jumana ijai to ho. I think I spoke about it earlier.
Exactly,
because uncompleted make a public accounts committee. So we share the number of uncompleted projects. Yes, just schools, secondary schools in Kwan. If you na ya share dormitory biasi, na ya to ho, na ya kate sort for another one. Na no su yemye na classroom yemye. If you look at the number of uncompleted projects, yet to me those projects now we will not be having all these projects. So many ya say like President Mahama said again, say there will be moratorium on new projects. Now, ye old ones, no. Oba me constituency, that's what me enemy DC here. You see, no new project. Si kaka kra ebebanu, ye old ones now ewoho to reach usable level. Before I will say, oh, kwako our day another contract. But because they do what asema former GRA board chair Professor Stephen Ade but just that he didn't want to cooperate with them further, because he said minister nan kansa so card ya didn't know minister say the interest in taking a cut is what informs awards of contracts, because me award contract now say contract value no ye say meji media in advance. Enti ejuma no be yew. Unyew emfa. So nobody is willing to supervise an already awarded project because no onye bibia nye then because it has been awarded. So the interest is say yen awarded more new ones, and the more you award, the more you get. Instead of awarding just maybe 20-25 hospitals, able to me you say over 100. Because the more the projects, the more that
okay.
So whether the thing is done or not done, and funny panu.
Put to end to that.
Because you have to investigate everything. Look, because of 4 million CDs, and yet dollars, 4 million CDs, nipa renal patients 19, omo efamu yeden ewu. Because Kolebu could not, they owe them 4 million CDs. Now, Nya say 2 million, ye the amount company for Sky 3, abra license kura umunibi. Sisa 2 million to CDs. Can you imagine how much that could have even helped people to be alive? So, meneno doing on the issue of continuing projects. Of course, tech-related issues, we have to continue to push it. Service to the nation mentality, and I believe so. Say, abai no belidi, but even our society must get involved because adie bakwa eya aira ewo yen ya bra bonumi de yen kanokre ena yen penokre so. Yen kanukra, yen penukra. Yes, because look, we don't teach our children honesty. So they grow up. Look, we should be able to reach a level where adie say edaha ena mena medebe to ha entia BBC ya ye bisamia bintumika say oh mena me ye but I'm sorry. But nipa no feel say camera bia
sorry keke wabra wase ade.
Well, uka sorry no wia. You will take the punishment because what can Ukraine? So you bet yen can Ukraine say me na me fa de ye beto ha because if say obi ani won tie me na me ye. So now you doing say oh maybe James, maybe Abeku, maybe ye nua na ye. Camera ni ho, bibia ni ho, no Ukraine ni ho nti na aka ho sa. We need to develop a culture. We need to develop a culture of teaching our children. Me I believe say mama say from some level. Yes.
And the among force say NDC MPPO as a more rest.
No, we cannot rest. We cannot say the NDC should rest.
But everybody should rest.
Oh, well, baby, no, we need to look at the educational system. It's not about chewing so many books and then the rest, but certain basic principles. Abofrano at yen church no nukredi those values, those basic values of life. Because after all the schools, after all the books that you have learnt, yes, I have values, and ebema with your knowledge now with your yebi papa. Otherwise, all the people who are leading, who are leading the distraction, so muko schools are kesi. Schools are kesi ewo main. That is where they attended. Yes, say Bubo universities are omuko yena. Omuko universities akesi ewo ha omo here America. America eko yenu omuso ye den eko.
Okay. Mamemfa Frank na yembono tew. Frank, good evening.
Yo, good evening Kabe yamishiro. Fast. Yo. In fact, yemiasi ama honorable more mileage ma wetumo express no kama. I'm there. Ama Kofi with positive side or one so no area no into your better nasi. Now at the same time so we show respect to that King Jesse TV because on him there one of the MPP stand and kasa but we two on the organizers what the respect to that madam media Now at the same time the pero also what I say there Ghanaians now when I so until the first now a party now of late citizens will now focus on individual. nse o ba na o party no kasama wa dwen on there say party na nkofo be de chi dem da nyama na all sesa nte won sesa one strategy kakra na at the same time so no me pere me ma otne was there 24 hour now wadereba no o ye kama economy no ba kere wona nkasa no won tsena ho ye ma like won tsena sena wa hyehyɛ nyama bi a obetum da ye wada convince more Ghanaians in a sense that 24-hour economy no or ya dey hold that over e dey go ha ya na adwere mba de papa because nka ehwe filling station side bi more ye 24-hour e bi so wojai within obobe 10 11 na happen nka so 24-hour no hour da ba no so we highlight me ya I'm telling you obenya more e yankasa because ehwe makwala odu enibi be 6 7 na ehon ya dark o kai shini we ni da menyamani nyina se ka 24-hour no olubumia ana woli jinabi ye ya o hian pure be ka wo be different your friend factories ejuma na nkofo ye na keke na wana adwene bobo de chale 24-hour no se na ye start campa 24-hour no force ka betime yi no 24-hour na de se te eba new town wa printing press woni nyina na ebi obo be 6 7 o happen ba e de se light ni system o ye ejuma kama street light ye ejuma I'm telling you 24-hour no obobu ma nkasa anti na me factory na yen see new companies na ade na one year na ade on mo mo fon me pere the bed step NDC for why they want some policy no one gina bi ye no hu area saka wo betum attack so that gofo na adwene babon do cause filling station dey do opponent tam church of food dey wo opponent tam because on there na la filling station wo opponent other no support force one so wo the street lights in ye juma ntoro one so open say street light wo ho let's say other stores light here come I'm telling you see give so be my all right but me pay make us too much but me nyan mzi oba now at the same time wa kwa the party nya what the nurses teachers what won jag what the politics into one so oba abed no oba be no asesa because we pillars meet e bi na alawa number you all the time I beto aban pay no nurses we release one alawa enya to aban mo pe na we keep alawa no ti one so abed no be na we sit dem nyama no kwan na galamsi so no so very good cathedral wo bo tu ada na the one tu in case wo power
na NDC cathedral NDC cathedral no
so oya Ghana project ti en fon dem very different amuna na wetu no odon wol ba wo ba den e won wo be airport ana de awon so wo be ya be mosque
okay Mate all right hello uncle,
how are you?
Good.
This guy is taking the whole place. He kept our honorable Kofi Adams even the sport. Yeah, he make him sick. Honorable. Honorable, just wake up. I need to ask you some questions.
Okay, I'm listening.
Now I can see that you are grown. I can see that even all your black hair is gone, just like me. I left Ghana in 1998. Yeah. And I've been in the United States and I love it here. So my advice to you is please, you are growing old and be on the right channel.
Thank you.
Don't let these fancy cars and anything distort your life. Because at the end, you go with nothing. Stay on the truth and stay on the path of righteousness, and you shall be saved. Don't think NDC, MPP. All these things are just some writing on the wall. They're all going to fade away. But now I've seen that you are a grown man. I can see you on the camera right now. Your hair is going out. The women, you can keep them and keep that, side cakes. I know you guys in Ghana talk about side cakes. I don't know what a side cake here in America. I live with my wife and I'm good. Like I told you, I was working in 37 military hospital in 1998. I saw Rawlings when he did his June 4th. I saw all the two. My daddy was in the military, working with Signal Regiment. I saw when that guy in charge of the signal regiment was killed. I saw them shooting and sell everything. Everything now going in Ghana. Everything now. I know your good friend Koku Anedoho. I know his father where they live everywhere. That adjacent circles.
Can you be snappy with the question?
So my question, my point to you is, keep yourself together and then follow the right way. Okay. But my question is, all those things that has been left in the bush by the NDC and the NPP, please don't go and collect anything. You two parties have to solve the whole thing before we move forward. Okay. Don't go and collect any more money. Let us deal with what we have in our port before we go out again. So the digitalization, continue with it, and thank you so much. And I'm happy to see you. Boy.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Let me pick another caller. Hello, good evening. GCOP again, right?
GCOP na Sambaswe.
Okay.
Abe, me person me bisa honorable question be.
Right.
Because yawo afari maternity ward no. Since Kufuor time, sa afari no wo ho detiroti. Enti me person me bisa honorable say, nhihye ben na mu omudi to akwan mu say omuba afari hospital no omuba wie amana serve north. Any Kumasi, any regional, everyone pretend ho nyina. Ana Saglemi project na yenkofo yi abaya astop ye no. Nipa mucho sa Saglemi project no. Ehihye ebe na omu ye afa hu say Saglemi project no wie a ye di be ma MP antimi infactory enkoto Saglemi because ye project a ye ema hiafo. Entino MP antimi infactory enkoto edan ewo Saglemi. Ehihye ebe na omu ye fa ho because ade no edi ye ehiafo no wo because bibia omu di babia no omu di hiafo din na etusu ewia na esikafo no afactory na omu akoto na hiafo no edi hia na mi bisa so say ye power system no ye wo fu ye wo wia ye wo nsuo ye wo bauxite adenti ehihye na omudi tu kwan mu say omuba at least nyanya bia no ye je benya power no e ma ya sato ton ama Burkina ni Togo ti said the way a Nkrumah time eye a onya SSA oton ye no ihihye na omudi tu akwan mu because we as a Ghanaian want to know and the way okan FFF see say omuba no more new contract. All the former contract na wo ho na enwie no omuba wie ni na nhihye ebe na omudi to akwamu because yanim say omu opposition a omu asem ko omuba power so a ye nchendi kwa because chance ya omuba nya sesia no will be the last chance because me as a person minim say omu andisi for nankasa no omu ye corrupt MPP for no ensu eye corrupt sesia no omu osika omu ye billionaires omu politicians no both MPP NDC omu ye millionaires entin ehihye ebe no omu di to akwamu se omu ba di omu adimu omu di nko di aka no ye bebo ho ban
okay
entin no more manifesto ehihye ebe no omu ye say at least ye benya 10 years a policy and I say 20 years policy say abai bia abeba bia no udi policy bi ba udi manifesto ba abai no bebo atugu because corona kasa wo hihye a 20 years policy a everybody must follow the over here a complete e was a project no no enu na udi beba nyesa ni manifesto ba we su se mi manifesto ba there be and shebe no muye because we as a Ghanaian we need Ghana first. That's what we need as a country. And shebe no muye farm.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, Uncle Ishmael. Good evening. Hello. Hello, Ishmael. Hello. Okay. All right, we have for me pese oba na question na yes snappy so that we can answer them more. Honorable.
Yeah, now GCOP can be about and can be about party manifestos, any development plan. And unti and I this year breso. Ye and she say kayenye a 50-year development plan. Yes, penny sika. Invite stakeholders. Yema National Development Planning Commission. A long-term development. So that kayenye ye be feed into sa long-term development agenda. And MPP for by under President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Honorable yourself from Africa said there be omudie sa long-term development no omunfa nyejuma. Long-term development ene man puntu papa ye den eba. So that you set yourself say ye pese ye real from Accra to say Burkina. That with plans to extend further to other West African countries. Maybe with collaboration with the other heads. There's a one plan here, 1 year long-term planner. Now you just manifesto. Yen to me, yes, significant developments be. And here, as part of the legislative processes, we always say, in terms of some major infrastructural intervention. Obi subisa about about the waste
management. Waste na betim they produce light.
They produce light and for power generation for export. A part of the plans are the sea. Even currently, can say Abranti Ebi Eba Ghana in 2014. Activities manka manu the opportunity to do it. And Binti, but Matisse is now preparing to come back again and he's using waves, the sea waves, to generate energy. Omo yenu a down area ho baby. So we will not leave that steady and down.
Honorable, hold on. Me pesa wo three questions be ka ho preko because e be do be message questions no okay. Na wetimi a complete. Me who say Ishmael I was so Mama Bab so about Mama fa Ishmael first. Ishmael, good evening. Hello. Uncle Ishmael. And Mama fa Mama Babs. Mama Babs madwe.
Yeah, but otsida na adwi.
Nyame na dom wasan.
Adum kriyala. Yo nde mamba dunta wa hwe adwuma hye ni nyina na mechia Kofi Adams. Mehu de nkwafu ibisa questions na ane CCR. I mean my main focus has always been my country Ghana. Mehu de politicians nwaba, they don't think about the country, they think about themselves. Fide say ya politics another yen tumi nya nkobu man nti na edi bi mu esu de party fu one brand one boshe nti woba oda wodi oman ho do wodi ye adwuma na mo question yi de NDC me hu the way wa pick Mahama the be flag bearer na before Atanas won ye yan nti there was an Airbus scandal there where investigation. It came on the news in the United Kingdom that government official one Mahama. Why there still Nina NDC? You didn't so what Ghana? You didn't consider that. You still pick this person to be your flag bearer. In such a the assignment wale yaneden. Net two. Positions and terms and work on the 2 terms. Obi odo hold sword twice. Wakada Thomas Mohammed is 2 years or so 1 year. We don't count it according to years, we count it in terms. First term, second term. When Atamis passed now, Mahama was sworn in. So it's a term for him. Why are you bringing Mahama into a pack of the NDC? Obiara nyimi biewa. 3. Somebody like Sami Jemfi, he hasn't contributed a quarter, a penny to the taxpayers' coffers. Man shane away sin. Osidenyeska. So we address such issues, sir. You people are starting with accountability. Ghana, when it looks as if accountability in Yejuma. May we report the Auditor General's report from JJ Rawlings timing now. It's always swept under the carpet. The public servants, nobody can, politicians. It's so sad. Na ya pede ye wusu de. Waba. Sawasu waraba. Ashafuna. That proliferation of churches in Ghana will take hold of the vulnerable now. Enyaman kodiye. What is the NDC going to do? The wabotuma sit. The wabama regulations biya. Wabama sanity. Aba religion. Now, how is our constitution going to be amended? Because the constitution was done by, we say, just one political party. That was J.J. Rawlings' time. Edubuahim were boycotting parliamentary elections. Then it was drafted and just written by the NDC. And see, how is it going to be amended? That Obama sanity, wabaye system no more. Now, my last question is, since Alesha, from the look of things, Ghana is sold to the Chinese. China will take over. Mommy, could be sister, or get a position, or you know, Ghana contract now. They've taken all the contract, giving it to the Chinese. How are we going to solve that problem in connection with Galamsey? There will be a lot of birth defects in Ghana. How is that going to be solved? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mama Babs. If you dear Mamma Honorable in some Anonayanko.
Yo, okay, but me shall share from the last caller now. May call the way to the last caller. Not to say Airbus scandal.
Scandal, yeah.
Airbus scandal. No, it was identified. Say official government official one. No, is Mahama. Exactly. On any the first person that all can say UK, no, they identify say government official one, Mahama. Tell any ubia enka say government official one is Mahama. A part of the MPP campaign agenda bia omudi a drive saadie no sa information no ebeto nipa adwimo omode eka to the extent say in a drew pointer obi to make us say UK no it has been identified because that is the information now omo eto eguho to say ebinu beka say Mahama ton temahabo abra on ton temahabo. But all those information are a part of the package. One or the issue it was Martin Amidu and Orezi the issue of the Airbus and claimed say they were having investigations, and he was the first person who made aspersions or linky Adieno to the vice president then. Echi yebe appointing as special prosecutor no we say ye vetting oko vetting ya ye bisa no direct question no and then he recanted and rather withdraw that allegation no and because he couldn't substantiate anything. Ye vetting ye oko ye special prosecutor no he couldn't do. Look, the whole matter was closed. What was this whole Airbus thing about? From my understanding and my reading, there were industry practice. And Marquine say a particular company wanting to get a particular contract should get involved in some ways. So what happened? And he said the Airbus company, I think, were found guilty by the UK authorities. Say, Omu, you see other means to eke out competitors. That was the find that they were found. Not because
competitors been a report to woman.
I'm sure, say by all means, I know the when Kofi competing as maybe who use other means. It had nothing to do with government of Ghana. Government of Ghana got value for money for the product now or Mokotoye. They got value for money. They got the best. But what is there for him to say about, because Obia directly has not accused him. When he went for vetting and they put it before him, he recanted. So officially say ya boy with charge and Branabe Yano say una Debbie Obia and Kaye. And also when you brewa na say ye bo they say when dry bones are mentioned, then the old lady starts fearing. Na say when you brewa na say kobo dry bones. Why should you be running around? So why should Mahama be running? Say okay, me na me government official want me babe yano. When he knows that he has not done any onye bibia. Sir, Casses na yekoto. We got value for money.
A representative of Mahama.
Well, whatever it is, no krena a woman say it is not Mahama. Mahama is not involved in all this. Nipa oko kan ye no ankasa oko vetting. Baby I say what they were evidence and echo. He recanted. H3 yeman was our position. Ubetimi aye ho investigation. When to me aye ho bibia. Obe free hono or see nipa ode no call ye no. Rather, the mother serpent of what? Corruption. Wow. That is at least the statement as special prosecutor. So this whole idea about say, Muhammad this, Muhammad that, then Matisse almost say,
Honorable, hold on, dear. Hold on.
Because so many of the questions have come.
Yes.
Answer questions before you pick.
Okay, and my last question. We have Mamon Fred. Me fa caller where we are. Don't call. Hold on. Hello, uncle. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Abeni.
Yeah, I'm Pajo Udin.
SB Japan.
Okay. Okay.
Abekuni.
Mpacho
because the last time of friend and Holland, so okay, now see me my.
Makaipa, thank you.
Okay.
Who are
Yeah. Ayo, me da say. Honorable Kofi Adams, any Chama Amamaso, the Boma Basso Pine, my partner. Honorable Kofi, me who message Nami travel to New York, continue who we are not for a while.
Okay.
Madam Marcinid Media Mudin radio, no so I bet you there was so my acquired young candidate and found. See, I'm a Ghana woman. And me a Ghana woman to say no adding into Ghana to say, yeah, quite a second independence. Any Baumia, with some money on with your betty Ghana, any a wood your betty Ghana. The Ghana engineer you crack. Fabella, dear Drew. And the Ghana to say your rescue mission. I a person be other kind this home. Yen you end this needy kind, or be a Makaya home. The young to me Ghana, young Ghana second independent because the Ghana corner, the young Shay near side the man of truffle Baumia, and a Ghana a bit collapse.
Ade na yente da wo Ghana wo nso mo beka bi say sisi ya ko second independence
why who ha nso ti de koso wo Ghana
of course yes
wo da ha sisi e wo de shebala umi aseme no waka wadi so aseme no ni danado aka o maye enti mo me hu say me yan kasi ye kan bi tinko ye nyina ye collect komna ne ba ne ye no obi afa ne hunje mo because na nado any Baumia, the Omuda Ghana, no, only a Mrs. View, say, I'm saying, yeah, Ghana, the Pokora. And a Bion so me, but some Michelle was say, Obi Abacasa and this NPP, a Pibiano, or Boyano Creta. And you know, share, you pa, Mamma, yeah, share Terminal 3, share schools, I will see ya, I can Wurum, share hospitals, I will see I can Wurum, 7 years in it, and I don't find and Sanka, Baumian fan and Sanka. Into a pair, and your pen and I do by the no way, or yes, she's Cabby Bribo, Gina, Diano Dia, or Fanya Shintian, who can send this year any entity a pa, and Yano Clubia Bacasa Biano, and Yano Cre.
Okay.
And the Yaslamo, the chat Rocorano. Alpha a basso, Minia Kofi, Wadika, Wasem, Ubien, who wobbled your mamma, you said your mamma officer, one, an officer to number NPP 4. And throw Mutia 2016, 2020, track a second so Mutiano, I Ghana 42 mono. ɛna ma ne kɔba asa na obie ni hɔ mo betre akonya so mfie nso ni ndi sɛ mama yɛ bɔ ne ndi ka mo nkyɛ no abi nkɔmɔ nkyɛ no sɛ nkɔmɔ nkyɛ no ndi sɛ by now obi adi bɔne ɛte ɔman no 7 years no aban mu na wontumi nkyɛ no a na kyɛ deɛ ne kyɛ sɛ wɔayɛ bɔne wɔnyɛ hwee ndi saa nsɛm na ɔmanfoɔ akeka no omunya kakora because you know officer one be a domama munya kakora anti you chat to kakora no
what dey chat to saa
tena dwumadie no yɛsrɛ sɛ obi amra mɛboa na yɛntumi ndi dwumadie no sɛ bɛyɛ bitumi anya ayɛ ahoboa na yɛtumi agiga na si hɔ na NPP never again
all right thank you all right people so say this never again and never again me no atinga ba ira tinga honorable obetire ayi anna yakọ
I'll say the 2 terms bibi sir look constitution na ye de ye ejuma constitution ewo sumsum ani hunam
mo
and the constitution is so clear say mampini for whatever reason mampini untumi enye nejuma nas mfia aka less than 2 years the vice president ne be take over na bet encounter as a term eno sana the constitution says enti eno na yedi ejuma. Then in other words, you are suggesting say obi a speaker kra na obe act as president na ye swen in like to say maybe Peter Lajete opportunity to serve as president and any even Professor Aaron Michael Kwesu serve as president for some time and the NHS say it's a term. So if it's a term, that means Sankrofoni will be entitled to retire as sitting presidents retire and benefits all those things better in sanity. So Sanda Dano ma omumfa enye juma. The constitution doesn't work that way. It doesn't say that a oath no and determines a term. But in any case, no, as I may be the Supreme Court. Ken Crunchy, Ediako Supreme Court say Mahama is not qualified to run again. Supreme Court of Ghana, or they actually nearly charged Ken Crunchy saying yem fining no ntua bibi. According to one of the justices of the Supreme Court, saying no him say Ken Crunchy a lawyer and Kobema ya fining, even though when people go for constitutional interpretation and final, but they thought that he was wasting everybody's time. So that this has been dealt with already. The issue of says Sami Jemfi AC Dainty Nipano then is Sidana. That one, if Obi feel say Obi Sidana one fa Amrakwanso no DC idea. We have the lawful agencies or say Yedia Assembly then echo. The fact say maybe who say Obi Juma in any government establishment doesn't mean say Nipano any Juma as a private person. Of course, this young person is a lawyer. You don't know briefs are wachurama a big companies are enunti ya bibi amano. And enya no kreso say onye Juma even in any establishment. Wa ye Juma ewo KMA. He was Kojo Bonsu's the PRO for what? Kojo Bonsu. He also worked with a friend is saying Ibrahim engineers and what planners at a certain point.
Okay.
Before coming into the mainstream politics. And of course he's a lawyer. Ubia nipane private businesses in works now. Or say Mama Babs or any further evidence beyond this ubitimi report yama say Shiraju say demo political party office holders are public officers.
Ghana Crown, we are not we don't take interest in asking people to declare their asset. Where did you get your money for all
and
this?
all those things.
They don't do it.
Nyame can say political party office holders, they are public officers. And ubitimi report to any of the institutions ɛwɔ hɔ obi ntumi nka sɛ o media me just party official ntumi nka ho they are part so onto saa na mo no and for us to debate nya wɔka no deɛ nokure enim. Then of course also proliferation of churches. We didn't yet sorry, baby. Because problems are how we are not helping as a government to solve them. Nipa no nye jumenti o se me kwa sorry a ye bebo mpa ya ama me ama me nye juma. Nipa no enya bebia obekwa akosa ne ho yare. Or you see hospital no so a ebo no charges no so high inti nipa no nye den entumi nko. This is why President Mahama is talking about is talking about 24-hour economy. Say Juma wo ho a wo kwa koye Juma enya ska will you stop the work and go and be in a church? Will you stop the work and go and be in a church?
Obi di wa kwashe prayer camp bo so mpa say oba wanimu a onya favor.
So because the real things are if 24-hour economy ye Juma na Juma no wo who will need to go and stay at the prayer camp say or bomb so mpa so that oba menima this one because in Juma no wo you apply, you will get. Maybe you bring even 2 jobs to be doing. You work and then be in school. Those times I ever school, you took any work for some short period. I come back, because there was such opportunity. And in human who will have to go and be praying over obinity say maybe me application on because the work is there. So the 24-hour economy is solving some of these problems. Infrastructure development ebe solve all these problems bebria emma nipa ekotina ho enti obi no take advantage e de that down so that ebejai omo di nokure no to function so that omo the charlatans from within has been predicted they will come in end times so meaning say end time na edru ya say then we will deal with that. Constitutional amendment enya no kure so say constitution NDC for na omuchro constitution abra Professor Albert Dubois hinu o boycott ye chro constitution ansa na ye koto aba 92 November Professor Albert Dubois he di nkugu no ewo presidential no omu ye wadwin say parliamentary a ye be ye no 7th December no omu ye den take part. And they didn't. But before then, the constitution has been done through the consultative assembly. I think the current chairman of Council of State, I think Omunyanaye were members of the consultative assembly. Professor Udru Numapo, the chief of Navrongo, and many other chiefs. A lot of persons participated. But the Ghana Bars and Association here, imagine say Omunko. But there were many lawyers who took part in that processes in developing the constitution. And on the misinformation, I may correct. But in terms of amendment, yes, the processes of the constitutional amendment, as Professor Fiajo Committee, Huejuma, report by Abanye issue white paper on it. Then the implementation committee was established, and Professor Kweku Azar Echo Court to challenge, I think, some of the processes therein. The court has since ruled on Saha and Semino. And AC Abrana MPP ewo abenum. Instead of continuing with the implementation, I feel Honorable Ose Chairman Sabunsuso okoti another committee to review the constitution again. Lawyer Kasati, that's our committee. Say onye majority leader. Onye minimse or still a minister for parliamentary affairs so ana ministry no so ye gusa ministry no ye hu clarity about that say onye bioma minimia that committee no so ne hu report beba so the report of the constitutional review is already there for implementation so ye ba abenuma we will see to the implementation of the reports plus other things are able to be to say the article 71 NS and the differences are between them and other workers of state. As for China for a contracts at the expense of Ghanaians and we cannot continue to do that. Bibiana they call China, Bibiana they call China. There are a lot of persons who can do many of the jobs in Ghana also yetimi de emahun. Abrantie baako so eka bibi about 24-hour economy earlier na oka krama. If ufa bibi to say waste management. Adentina ye markets. Ye dijwa na se edru point bia ye na ye jai waste na to handle adebechi. Nkrofo kwe jumano na waste omo cleaning street no so are competing with workers to clean the street. Adentina waste management no when the pressure is less. And my mind be this in the night at dawn. If you are that late person who took one say the trucks are moving and sweeping the streets during that time. Overnight. So why should our country not function and enyabo 5 pe na everything shut?
Everything shut.
Even the road constructions. Anka baby wo those times motorway baby say ya na nka say ye no night time no. Na ya twa adichi na safe na nkofo be kwejuma. That's the time we are blocking the road say ye silly potholes. And these are all the interventions that the 24-hour economy is coming to deal with. And there's a teacher for a year that one. A drew election timer. Now at least they have learned their lessons also. Say, you now we school now ejumakuranu ebimba. They don't even give clearance for you to be employed. We are using all kinds of things to block them from getting employment. So they've learned, I believe that they have learned their lessons and they will not continue that way. Cathedral. Cathedral. Look.
Was it good idea in the first place?
Well, I didn't think that it was something that we should have, because Obino say on only personal promise. Abra no yes our promise no. Nyamiye bibi ma na obeye. Enti se wo kojina ho. Se nyamiye bibi ma wo obeye. Then say ye wo na say wo koye wade. Me fa because en your mind no e no kojina ho eyesa. Abra no ye campaign no so wan kan kire o mind no say na maka kire nyame. Say through mu benya menya saade yi a Messi Cathedral amano. Then when you decide to say Ubesi Cathedral, no so minya, baby akwa cathedral. Eho, yewo the forecourt of the state house. Ewo ho. Moi mutako Ghana muhu sisi ya dane ho eyiye park. Eho na ye baby forecourt of state. O ko parliament wa. Ewo ho. Yewo international conference center. Ewo the forecourt of state house no enim ho. Ewo is a facility for organizing big conferences. Uko wenim kakra yewo Accra Sports Stadium ewo ho eye for big gatherings. Usako Sports Stadium enim kakra yewo the Independence Square ewo ho so eye for big gatherings. Uba wechi kakra yewo National Theatre, another place of what? Big gathering. Enti aban eni yansa say me kwa koye cathedral eno so beye for big gathering na memfa nko baby foforo. Because who koye cathedral no wo ho na ye be ye program bi e wo ho na yentumi nye program bi so e wo international conference center because the whole place will be choked with because ye bibi kura wo international conference nko ye ko parliament ye bre. So can you imagine say bibi koso wo cathedral, bibi koso wo international conference center, and now weekend bi ye bo match e wo sports stadium na bibi so koso e wo cathedral? How will people manage that place, such a narrow place? And now ye be bubu adan so ebue kwan no so bio enti aban no ondwen na. So in the first place the siting of the project no was wrong. Abra ye bubu adan foforo ebi wo ho a 1 year old adan, 2 year old adan, private person's investment ye bubu ni nyina to build a cathedral that has become the most expensive whole. And we share sika ya say no, we just wasted money. We just wasted money. Enye bibia yesi ashe nyankopon enumunyam. There is no way that type of infrastructure can be say ye said ya say and that is why a lot of the religious persons many of them have abandoned that project. All the bishops have abandoned.
All right, Mama Georgina was so Uncle Frank Jesus was Mama Georgina first on the bus so can Mama Madre.
Yeah, bro, abe.
Empomu ya dear.
Yanko pardon.
Yo.
Me chia obi a platform no so.
Oh so.
Ma babs, me chia pa me gidi sa omoye.
Yo.
Yeah, can you say questions am baby sa no. Sister babs e bisa almost. Sa questions ni na.
And they aka no.
But still no. What say?
They wem bisa no fa ka ho.
Aha, see anu me wo bi e bisa ana say wo say me bisa bi ewom. Anti me chair you wa ho no o guest me no no mo studio or me chair o nyina so yeah can say first year me bisa ne say 2020 no in the year 2020 tamana o mo ye campaign for elections no me wusa NDC for e ko gina gam say site I promise nkrofo egu garam say ho no na wo mo say yensa ase ni yensuo sana na do say anasa MPP for so mo ba wo mo be make sure say wo mo stop nsa ase ni nsuo a wo mo say no wo mo be gu wo mo adwuma no ye garam say adwuma no ba wo mo NDC for ne de wo mo ba wo mba mo kwan amoma yi wo mo adwuma sani wo mo pe Emma boys no ni site wo fo no bo wo mun sem ase no mani age say nyina ye hu the way a yen sure asai more ni yen sa say more ni bisa wo mo say si an wo mo ba wo mo beto aso promise na mo ma 2020 no wo mo beto aso na garam say ho no wo ma to aso asai yen sure ni yen sa ase ne more na say this time they are ready to stop them. My first question. Second question. I say, me person me who the reason why can be out as a president or session one or more power. Our powers be one no one me did say ni say anka e banisa. Because of that, to me, there was a constitution, one more a changing ye may be womb. Now a bini say President Biaba, one kasa na ase we na IGP. Shanty time bia na ase omo control. I was IGP no so. IGP dan paria wo so sesi a wo ba foforo no ye nyira ye humode mu ana wo bo adwuma no wo ye ne hyew. Ba ewi ase na ase akekere ne nsa egu nachi. Abanya wo tisui akekere ne nsa egu nachi. Ama bibi wo kora wo se papa ne ya sesi a no ni je adum. Ana easy, for example, the same thing. One more time, MPP, NDC time. One more name so me let's say Charlotte say. Na do so ba ya, ono so akwa yi obi foforo. Sani ya man omo ba omo betwemu ana na wasa sa institution no. One man kasa yi say police for one man kasa yi omo pani. Na ma aban to me anya control. Ewo wo mo so. Abana nya control, president nya control IGP any easy for no so. Are they ready to change sir any minim say constitution mu dia but e wo mu a wo mo ba no wo mo ye ready so mo be change sa anyama na because mo o man no mo man nko nanim bibi ni na say wo sa IGP ni ya enam say obi na yi no man pani bi na yi no nti do man pani ni be ka no eno na wo so wo ye ni nyina mo mo man enko so.
Okay.
Ebini S Gracia. Are they ready sasa Ghana for ye ni sika na de biaye bro mesia gu ho no mu akwala wo hye yefrum kra ye nwo no wo betua ekani bi na de mo ba mo nya mo nyina B8 ni de Land Cruisers akase amu yusu mo bu petrol free of charge in the expense of the ordinary Ghanaian ni nyina akire no Mosa mo kwa 4 years later ya sen kukuru sika san de amam se efre bibi S Gracia. Ni nyina no ma ye ready so metwetwe mu anan se se o meto so.
Yo.
Ana masan so ate se Oma brisu de na minim but believe so omu nyina sa pepepe enti na ya na ye mu bi CNDC MPP they are all the same omu fi yefun ba kum edin no na sesa keke ma ya ti bebrebe se no aban ba so mu mi adwuma ema ye kan say youth no enya adwuma ni bi nye obi atumi wie university trafie be 3 years 4 years no enya adwuma nyeye a kire se ne ekoso no ha adwen yie na so mu mi adwuma ma ankwala ni nya bi nye no de mo kan ne se aban mi adwuma individuals ne bi adwuma enti na investors so free abrochire ni other places e ba be bi adwuma wo Ghana ho ama youth na nya bi aya Musa tete Jubilee House woni de keka ho ejijiji bribe say mo ye ji say $20 million down and I say mo fan to 1 month an ya makwan ama ma ye say adwuma no say no ye nim kwaye nim say MPP for yes ade no enti no minim say NDC for so the same thing there I can't tell but say they can say they are all from the same womb no
okay
sa na me gidi say wo mo so enti me bisa say wo mo ba sa ade no wo mo be ye bia na so wo mo de wo mo nye because Mahama ye campaign maybe 2020 no or can say politicians mo ye campaign mo kan no kra kakra na mo di ntron so kakra eti e bia say see me bisa this questions here wo rain mo nyam ni ti wo no mo answer questions yi wo kan de do ba e bia na fire ntro because one year a campaign for their party to win. Mahama nankasa me hu se wudi ntro kakra no aka no kra kakra ye nyina ye hwe sa video ni bi enti mi bisa say e dey changes pa and one more bar one more ready so one be changing here maybe this is my question.
Thank you very much Mama Georgina. Yo Mamemfa Uncle Frank is this Spain or Denmark? Uncle, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Adisa.
I promise to say, I'm here to Namoso.
Yahoya pa.
I'm chair honorable Kofi Adams, chair. I'm an aquaba. Nkasa free Denmark.
Yo.
Me so Masamba concert. When the nyina MPP ni pa but say na yaba no say o ma ma say nyina no. Yes say from. Ntino. They say no and the Americans say they say habo asem na me ye container aduma me ye dead ban 3 months bi am tumi ye 2 containers they say aduma gu habo ho port ho duty time say ye nyina ye jai container ye they say no person bisa so mo ba de no betima aya fa ho a they say ye betimi aye ne amatimi de abaga na Ghana ahokyere be wo ho ye so no ye boa ye nuanom na so omuto no omwatom cause Ghana no ye nyina dodo na Ghana individual dodo na ye omwaye omwadwuma yenta say tona maton ye say no ani nyina no eboa oma no but sa duty boy aye dendende yentumi ye ne makura mba
duty
ne ama wutumi to car sekura obeto cars fofofo bet me ya car $1,000 kama what the baba Ghana wuntimi yi eni ama boa ha kura f what the bedu woman ma wuntimi yi ne ama no esi yentimi ye container bio say who say omo ba
okay
there no obaya fa ho
all right thank you very much
na masam ye nuenu pe na second one
so na one who sa no second one
some masam ye nuenu pe ma do na wakasa be both 20 minutes
obisa be na bisa 3 questions okay what dey bisa
some to me dey 2
okay
it ma bisa another one my here question I pe Azia asemba kwa debi American say Ghana no ade rent control rent ifo edan han na ekunya ho kire bebrebe aba Ghana nyina no mente say minister na say flag bearer for na say obi agina ba bi e ka ho asem da enso no eno na ma dodo na ba 30% na ma ho kire ba Ghana bebre me hu ba bi o ma bia o de dan ma han o do de dan ma advance 1 year 2 year 3 years enti ama the same go forward that bebre go point to me hand dan ama for the bonti bebre because of sad anything no eda be bia ya the time high was a month na wadi wakatua a month wadi wakatua Ghana nko adi so bi advance 1 month 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Oh, got this store at the same few 10 years. Nipa na obedenya say sika fudo na kwa behind dine. So, enti ne dodo na da bontini nyina da bontini gu abonam to me behind dine. So when yes sika na yade yo, I just matter te mbla ba ko pe ni mo be hye mbla.
Na mo be ka mate na no ma me da se pa why?
No, when I saw to me yama we kra
Thank you very much. Uncle Nyoka, good evening.
Abe.
Papa.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Kofi de eja amamenkia no say me ready komo pen batache. But me friend as an MPP oba Chicago me na me MPP omo secretary. Now, before I saw the MPP ever no, you accuse NDC of a whole lot, right? Jida, Sada, Isopoton, STS, right? By way by no, you move no. Now we were expecting, say, Obibia na what cause financial loss to Ghana no. Na kamrani ni bedi, what you say? Na kia confiscate nipa kona assets. What you say? Ni asa jelly and nipa kona as long as embrano ebe allow. Eba ye no ye hune sa. Election year ye ba bekoi. Minim particular ebe weni. And ye minti minka. We say and some be kwa ekoso. But as a Ghanaian no. Me the mania to former who say see akwa no. Ato forcing a case here ekoso. Meaning say MPP enamase or patrolman. Eti ama yen who say no politicians na omo Ghana no. Akwa se abrobi ene wo omoni so omo nyina minyi otwe eni adoa. What you see? Na me pesa ku Kofi entwa de we ntuo. Alfran Cop Parliament no ongo ka say very soon no ye ni be bre omo nyina so na the way ye be see atiesi omo so no ye be chesi omo out of Ghana. I'm telling you, all of them, because about way by no we have seen the same thing. No, look at Steve say Ghana for interest and form. Now, see a 2 omo sa. That's a kasi to see my home. And also say we are many, they are few. The way I besia pro no because I'm telling you, I never send that I can no. Because in Lula Steve say among the G Ediagro. Obiaba nefu the obenya any the only and the ma and the plan for bedino and no pay and no. And that watch video here I will show you. And that 21st century. And here for any work school there exist. Oh Ghana. Meanwhile, no, and conform chrono and your sika and your motor. Physical or your core and the far plane. And the best Newark Airport. A year ago. Oh, you be so to say, says go unya finita. Uncle Phone and crack down Fambra. The man Abusumi Miensa $3.5 million. Sikao what you go for and crack hammer. And to the says he cannot be cheap. And now, oh, yeah, do cook, and a 4, I'm all 4 years doing yet. There are a never be a crackata, a binding between yes and this way. You a whole tire a manufacturing plant. Esi Takwa. And then a good I'm for a butcher tires. Expiring date was so tires, you know. If a big cry, I won't come up and because I really I wouldn't know. Ties need a cracky. Near I'm only a bummer anymore. I'm on for the show or more cars I see my papa for. You factories are or look a bit your producer. You name it. you going na. And I'm sorry I did the same old thing na because we are katua esan ye skini say we can want know. Fuck everybody. Yes sir. Na every be do on. You will be on. You the party some like about to you. Na you be organizing or microphone. Oh fear ani apio. On the see pure on. O glass question yeah like a rapper. I'm telling you. I'm being honest. I'm going. Every people about buy on. Me near to from. Oh, look at me Western car. Sir, and never be a cost before. And Kofi be the amassio more and yes, cano. Onaka, they will deal with it.
But no.
Onako, a man Jessica, dear man. Oh, man, yet. Talk of one more. All by the same thing. Eti, Observance. Wokwa, no, sir. Yania bre. Na, very soon, no. See it's Kuma, and you be a journey.
All right.
They see a they see a of boss airtime no credit, and no credit about chance.
Mate.
I bet you come too rough. But I see.
Yo, thank you. Oh, enough questions to answer one.
Yeah.
My main fat last call and come. Hello, Uncle Ishmael.
I'll be like Javanka.
Mpachamatonka.
I'm up on them. Cocoa idea. The question is, why the car to know for everything compared to me and because NDC time they will be a course. Let's talk about say NPP I am more than NDC ever tested. But I say NPP no correct and because and my be you go to ambulance come to can be any for be NDC. Said if can be but and say mon patch or much more when my mon patch or let's say via now we go anymore this much be ba so when we are no you because my Ghana money what I'm saying both NDC NPP can spend 15 years so that that's from state policy of Ghana oh you know munyina say we will be okrongo e dey no dey risk dey what I'm saying and question we send me I do not know this one when your question I ask you sir because me attack me attack the same now we feel abem no what I'm saying what is V8 eco group feels in the view na e no kre
why
I mean we start that honorable Kofi Adams
what's all the day
I'm feel abem no Ghana property V8 le toma omo no I say come omo return back no
okay
you see on one return media what the vehicle go there
okay all right obey ya no
me
that's pa if you there my main fancy her na my mema infancy course na doso honorable yeah taking it one by one if you we na mafa be 3 course na ya pon time na so
Mamisha free the very last scholar as I always do if you are benumeno say MPP vigilantes be eba be fee with some military persons ebesisa 2 of my Land Cruisers and 3 pickups are now a war under Mike.
Na ye wa wo dia na say.
Yeah, na ye man the same class Mike we are. And now say they were under the instruction of the director of operations at the presidency, Lord Comey. And THU the cars no ko share police funds and mamitiwa adodankwa na oye who investigation me the documents bibia a command and ochro report and they release my vehicles to me worker say I still have possessions of all those vehicles.
I'm saying 8 another
almost say 8
also you can see 8
V8
oh okay V8
V8
mienu
so I still have possession of all those my vehicles. One was registered. But
say government ma MPs no V8.
Government ma MPs.
Say yes mo omokoto na mo loan.
A loan. A loan. And
but now what
you cheer from
your salaries. Okay.
We start paying even before can be then beba. And government ma MPs cars. Ministers and a mon cars. Ministers and no much fuel free. MPs, ye mobile fuel. Ye can also a loan from you deduct from your 48 months because you are calculating your salary, you how much you deduct here ebe cover for vehicle. The only thing I buy AMI and you say won't you duty.
Hey,
duty and
free
duty free.
Oh,
that's the only thing because any institution I prefer say you be my duty car. Na me dia yejuma because an hihye no emboa ye na MPs a ye free krasi a ya kwan no kra enye because MP a owon kran na ya manu the same car na me a me free krasi a very far away me kwan nye no me so the same facility me dia no me de be kwa ba 4 years no be so no na abojo na nia ono de oben ne kwa na ye no na ono ne de no still enti omuma ye duty cars na ye di ye juma no after 4 years na ya ye ahwe the real state and value of it if you want to auction and you have the capacity to buy you can buy. I prefer say ye be ma duty vehicles to MPs for them to use rather than this system ye loan to get means of what movement or ye ntuano akitua good for him or herself. So uncle ye ni own arrangement for the transportation. This system say ye mamu loan to say monko tokas muntua duty and no can or benefits. Me I don't like it. 2. Obia ni ho okwa akoye juma onim na kitua. Ka okwa akoye juma no na onim ya ye tua right from the word go. But MPs no ubekwa akoye ejuma no ukọ ewieye no ansa na ya ka kire wo akitua enti enne ejuma ameye no akitua ye tua me no eye for MPs a omo ye ejuma in the 7th parliament omo akitua na ye de maye ejuma ye no 8th parliament no ye nim ya akitua maybe later this year no ansa na committee na mampeni atino omudire report beba ansana ye hu sika ye betua ye MPs ye wo parliament for this 8th parliament no enti omudi salary ne basa because nya ye tua wo no ye ntua ne nyina anti arrears beba so from January 2021 till December 2024 no na ya calculate arrears na abanu na ye di amount enye ni nyina na eye almost yes gracia ubia na ya there be eye one kasa wa ketua
omotete
na omo there be enye titi na omotete eno de yen kan kirewo
okay
meti hai I am MP minim maketua sika meje no eye sika ye for the 7th parliament eno mugusu de maye but meanwhile all other workers no in Ghana no ya peja omo aketua already but ye de no de nia ye chiama MPs from 2017 to 2020 no eno ana yeje
na ene say omo yi sa system ni free.
That is why we are saying we also prefer saying kamebanu they should determine my salary right from the beginning. Because you say inflation, MPP about
no, but say ya bosume so ya bebeto account ma hu. Until you should know.
Enu na make say. Nia ebeto me account nim no salaries for the MPs in 2017 to 2020.
Okay.
Say yewura from 2021 salaries of workers in Ghana has been reviewed. Ya peja akitiano danso article 71 let me go that in general article 71 including MPs no yen determine ya kitia dada na yegusu ye den edge
Dinasa more per review update
so it is the system that they have put in place na enye favorable to us.
Until you have to speak against the system.
We have been speaking. Some of us yakasa sa kasa bre.
Hey Ghana.
You don't sometimes report on those things. Meaning, inflation na abedi plus depreciation of the cedi. Ene miana nanu ya just be 2-3 weeks ago. Na dollar 14.9 cedi. Ako to 16 cedis. Can you imagine? Say now cedis. Now $2 at that time. Right now, how you can benefit from it. Look at inflation. Ama niyama boy then akosoro because of inflation. More money chasing fewer goods. So me sika na yam fama me January 2021 ni ebe yenu with the mami 2025 into me yes no. Winim sir. So we would wish that the salary is determined and paid right from the word go. So mama yena ye advocate for that system where everybody and one thing that President Mahama ne promise say Article 71 oba be ye nwejuma ye free ho. Ye free ho no, it means that when salaries are being adjusted say ye 3% na ye nyina no ye nya den ye nya sa 3% no. Na ye nim say okay nya na e wo ho say ye ma 3% a me so minim 3%. Na ye nyina ye fa no sa. But adie ya wo be ye juma for 4 years and so na ya determine wa ketua. Na ya kwa ma warriors no enya dia papa. So having answered me answer now with me ba I've dealt with the V8 for be about ambulances in southern in Yakika. You see, so ambulances make baby. There are choices. Wuti hey table ya wa fix e wo ha. You di ye jumai. Utumi emma contractor na woman ejuma say on ye no obotumi abot table no complete ewo in the factory and so no aye den or the aba obetumi so aye pieces na or the aba ha na waba be ye den waba be wie no ewo wo facility haya na wa hihye no amount. There are individual ways of what doing things. This ambulance services that was the company Blue Sea decided say or the ahenu be then beba, then he will ship other additional equipment to make them complete ewo omainum. Now what the nyama akwa, because we are speaking to persons ewo abrochira eya mutade nyama konti sa die yonka mu na wo say muti ase yi wo de nyama kwa se wo na wo pese wo ship laptop yi na wonya de ko se habo na wo de ko se post office na wo de ko wo fill documents na wo throw so say consignee Kofi Adams and so on and so forth na wonya de share o mon sape wo a wo de nyama na ko bibia ye den efi wonsem. You don't have authority over Saudi nipa eye consignee nipa or receiving nyama ono na nyama ne ye den eye ne dia. Because that is what the international trade says. Once you ship the things and you put it on the scene, it's the consignee no ena nyama no eye ne dia. And because Blue Sea ni bibia omo ye wo ho, so they consign the ambulances, clear them. The other equipment now omude beba omube wie ombe hihye bibia no was also consigned in the name of what? Ministry of Health. Minia since 2017 mini woka say nyama na ebaye later part of 2016 nyama no gusu wo habo ho the Ministry of Health has not cleared. Just to make a case say oh ambulances ni nye complete and they say equipment bi ene wo ho Ghana na you say what you do is that you clear them, then you give access to Blue Sea engineers. Now omwako then akwa kofiti sa nyamanu besine nyamanu the equipment have not been cleared to make the ambulances complete. Now say would the obia per the contractual agreement you see letters of credit any advance payment like Kofi Dami wanted everybody to believe. A part of the contract agreement, they say, a buying no be issue letters of credit so that say company no shipi inyama na omode sa documents indicate say ya shipping inyama no omode akwa the banker why issue letters of credit on behalf of what government of Ghana so they can claim their money. So omu shipping inyama no kra wiye a omu present documents no the bank saw some inconsistencies with the contract and referred same to Bank of Ghana and Ministry of Health. And Ministry of Health cleared all those misconceptions now before a bank no cry then a company. So what did Atofosun do wrong in instructing say as part of the contract or say a buying ye raise LCs and the Bank of Ghana go ahead and raise LCs for the ambulances? It wasn't payment. Now, so they want us to believe, say, you can say letters of credit are advance payment. Letters of credit is not advance payment because the letters of credit will be utilized based on the contract. And the contract says it is when you have shipped in Yamano. And because once you ship, nipa wa concerning Yamatu, and that is what you send to the bank to make claim your money. And ambulance in Sema Aya or Mode Sem and if there's anybody to be blamed, like all other previous callers are about continuity of projects, the MPP government should be answering why Omo allow those ambulances to stay there and to rot when in Yamanu.
Do you believe at this time we should have schools under tree? And the trees. Because person you pon.
Some of the questions.
Over time.
I don't have time to answer the questions.
Okay.
Mami answer questions because almost spending time and credit.
I got.
New kind bibi about say project any kata share ekoso previously but he also admits say the MPP is worse and that's why President Mahama has promised he's going to fight it completely and deal with it. Then Yenya offer from Denmark Eka Bibi about duty war.
Yeah.
Duty no kesena here because of poor management of the economy and yama depreciation ema ye calculate we are ye the ban you also with your man boom na akosoro. Then e biom so ye sad some other fees abeto to so to say COVID, waste management, pollution, this, that, all those kind of useless taxes now, Mode Abeto say Yintia for this and NDC by Ebe Sadi and a free hope. So we would be able to manage all the things. Then Yenia Ba so Ebisan send me Mama Georgina. Say in 2020, ye campaign. Onu say ye promise Galamsey as for. Say ye buy ye be more omo ejuma and ejuma omo ya isesele na Adam ko Akufo-Addo ekwitia enti yembisa Mama Georgina say MPP we need 2020 no adenti na ye nsuo no say even more so almost stop pay sa galamse no. What we said was that enye chasing in Crawford wo shishi excavators no enye solve the problem.
Okay.
What you need to do is to create alternative meaningful mining for all those communities. Wo ye no na reclamation so ye then account. So instead say say we will create a responsible way of mining for them. Abide be in control of those processes. That's responsible mining. And no ye de beba. And they will not be chased, their machines will not be destroyed, but rather a fund will be created, including that what will be used to reclaim Nsaseno. Of course, in Sohu, Galam said, that would not be allowed at all. I see President so much power, including appointing IGP and all of this, and conform more this and no a part of the constitutional review process. Ejuma. Say ye or see Omuji Jessica Mrantian invitation Ejuma, na ya Sika, and so on and so forth. Now onu nim say ekoso ewo MPP abreso na so ye nyina ye the same onu aso saka say NDC aba bedi ade for 16 years MPP bedi ade for 16 years nanso ewo no kure no 16 years na NDC bedi ade no one tie wo bebia say ya gi obi sa ska no ena ye fa na ejuma no na MPP ba ye na wo tie enti adenti na won ka say MPP no mo ye ave dia wo say NDC abreso dia mante nanso omo nyina ye pepepe ye nyina anye pepepe because enka koso anka ebe ye den nka wo beti one thing no men ka say because MPP for ye no enti NDC for so ya na omo be there be ye nye sa de mu. So that's the difference between us and them. Again, I'm sure, sir. I think that may be all. But this question, sir, should we think that there should still be
schools under trees at this time?
Unfortunately, we didn't expect, sir, that state of affairs your system. But the reason is the government have failed to continue projects that were started by the previous administration. Buem Constituency, there were a lot of uncompleted schools. And then schools will continue to be under trees. Meaning, say, a new community that has developed, maybe there may not be school immediately for them. So, say, a new community and abba, now a new school or is understandable. Now, so big community, including even crime. Now, on Kinebi, ewo bese Kolebu area ho schools are okovanda po ye chief executive or initiate no ya jaya to what enti o yin say yen hand over project no enfama no am pe kwan bi so ye de no ye na ye school no na mbofra no entumi mfa ye den enko school ewu. That is the state of affairs.
All right. Mamemfa kola. Hello, uncle.
All right. Hello, uncle. Yeah, hello.
Can you lower your TV set because you're getting a feedback?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let me. Yeah. Can you lower your TV set? Okay. Yeah, my TV. Yeah. Okay. Actually,
yeah.
Give me a minute. Let me do this. I can. Okay.
Are you asking a question?
Let me move away from there. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, bro. Brother Kofi Adams. You have done a very good job. You have really spoken. And we have personally, I have liked you like before, but I could see you are a very good communicator.
Okay.
Yeah, but my point here now is, please, with all that you have spoken to us as we are in the diaspora and everything, we wish you will go back and follow the whole thing. And now I see that you are same old. We are all growing.
The same. So you said it again.
Let us keep all this together so that in future.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Senior. Mama Babs.
Yes, I do. You know the deal. What's it Kofi? Kabibi about V8 will be said. I'm wondering there what happened transpired between him and Gordon or Bediako concerning the V8s. On kada na friend and there about employment. The NPP nurses we juma. During the NDC time, we created unemployment association in Ghana. NPP, so one from Kofi Ejuma is the backlog from NDC time till now. And the main program for unemployment and Makande, it started when the curriculum was changed. And we J. Kufuabena in back to the old system. Na atames baya osanso the JSS nebe. So a lot of people are completing schools within a shorter period. Waba wenye ejuma ye. Now if you see the one adwene po matured to work. Ni na aka ho ne sikenyu brain wa do so Ghana. And another you saw talk about concerning 24-hour economy. Here me boom, your secondary school in the 70s. 24-hour economy was in existence in Ghana. So it's nothing new. It is a man called 24-hour economy. Man in Ghana, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Gapoha was 24-hour economy. Paper Convention Company, PCC, Takwadi, 24-hour economy. Chocolate, 24-hour economy. Chocolate, they have some like Chinese. Pioneer Tobacco, they were all 24-hour economy. Even Sopon Ceramics, 24-hour economy. Who collapsed all the jobs in Ghana? J.J. Lawrence. He collapsed all the Ghanaian owned companies and even the foreign companies. He collapsed everything. And nobody has survived it. It is a 24-hour economy, but from the world going he couldn't explain it. He said, "You can't explain that. Yeah, messing, Nelly Bine Dana, light, pathetic. What do you take Ghanaians for? A China, yeah, would be me a Kasaka and what's the 24-hour economy as so it's nothing new to use it for campaign. It's been in existence in Ghana. Unemployment, how did it occur? Juma, we're close in Jumania. Mahama told people point blank, they say, Juma no one told man he doesn't care. We don't care. No, I think it's a show or Shama. And so to me, Moba can there. Moba. You people, Ghanaians, we don't need you. We don't need both the NDC and the MPP. We want Unigov. That's Alan Chamantin. So that we can all get involved to make Ghana a better place. Yes, NDC, more governance. Yes, MPP, more governance. In my opinion, the two of you are damn useless for Ghana. And NPP under Ekufo-Addo Bawumia and NDC, you are damn useless for Mother Ghana. To be honest, I'm just speaking my honest view. We don't need you people because you people don't think about the country. Why there? You were sitting over there talking about roads. You are an MP. What about power that talking about bad roads? Isn't that sad? Why do we have bad roads? 21st century. Why do we have bad roads in Ghana? In the 21st century, bad roads, bad schools. Ghana, India, Oyana. Takra did for what? Forest. I remember secondary school in the 70s. Thursday, Friday, you should talk because of where we were afforestation. In the issue, in area no Kunkofa. India, now Ghana. Mama Chinese for during NDC time, the Chinese for Ghana, and now it has become worse. Why they want to mind a champ on the time? Yankaji loan, Zayawan, Yazi Juma. Operation feed yourself.
Okay. Thank
you. Why can't we do that? You lot don't think about the country Ghana, and that breaks my heart because your great grandparents they fought for this country. Two of you, NPP, NDC, we don't need you. Two of you, you are damn useless for Mother Ghana at the moment. We need Alan Chamantin to govern us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adi.
Last caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Abe.
Opening good evening to say.
Namia Dumo, you Kwakuni.
Mo, Kose.
Yeah, Michia Honorable, and then you
right.
Abe, more question here, sir.
Hey, you.
Yeah, no, a short one.
The
only kind, Honorable, Minister, or a ticket, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, or a ticket.
Yeah.
And you know, my question is as a teacher, no. So now Ghana 67 or something. Now a school for a good school, a room. Now as a teacher, no, and then I will stand and then a yellow. I'm parliament. Okay, second. On my Ghana, no, both parliamentarians, no, I'm representing the whole country. I don't think you're too about if you add anything, I'm going to me, you know, as parliamentarians, you know, and country, you know, agenda way in a country, you know, here. So party be and also be follow that agenda. No. But every election be the policy for forever. No policy na ka. No Ghana to Kenya aka wuro. As a parliamentarian, then I want to all your power. And the third one, so the central region, western region, that area, Ghana, your resources, majority in our country. Now, so who wrote the war on the more? Oh, because there are no income, that area income of my own. But we are a party, we are a baby, a class circle. This is a go. Also, I happen to know rules. And you know what I can student the account. The cabin is not any few animals. Not one who saw what to take Kuranu one I net is any few animals. Move few and cross on the part. And to me question and then on your phone.
Thank you very much. It was your master's questions in your end. Mamma, if you're a quite no miss a question, piece, young fat. Question because messages to her. Inti if you're this out there. What they want order, Okasa Baba.
Mira. Media manor de pa my trouble musa gusukra me and this MPP. There be an me demu top. The question Eddie can say former President John Dramani Mahama. Now a vice president to young Papa John Fifi atame so nyame emfa ne kra ensie yi maye ebra ya papa yi ebeda ne agya no na economy no ewo 14% na no ye GDP oja ho ma yewura maama 2016 obi free ho no na eso ate aba 3.5 eba ne saying na sa short period no because aban krono an na ewo nipa krono an na yemu adwuma no na papa no eda no an economy na ekoyie no a na ye wo 14% no eba the saying na ono de obedi so no as a president no economy ni timi tiba from ebedu 3.5 ansa no o dane de ama akufu ado ne ba wo mien ana afei adenti na Ghana no politicians and this MPP won develop rural areas no ehon na ye jopade free ba ehon ye sika free ba ehon ye aduane free ba ehon so na nipa te a omo ye kuyama ye adenti na mun develop ho no ene ye dwa ene ye car stations na muja ni nyina na ye airport ene ma akase na enso nketo no a eno na dodo no a use no eno de maja gu ho masem mienu peni that's it.
Yo
all right
me all the questions are maybe some measures here from Mama Babs. Say there's a lot of misinformation akoso and there's a serious need say more time no yebenya akwenya o platform yi so educate nipa kakra because ye jai no sa deliberately no nkrofo de nya eni ho no e de bekasa ma eno na ebeba be ye den ebeba be ye ho because like earlier the question be obeka you know say NDC phone kwa no mu cultural constitution because Albert Edugbo hinumu e boycott enye no kre sa asema obeka you know na enye sa eneti wasaba biom wasabe kan bibi fofo the fact say aban into me and creating jumano does not mean say enunti yemanipa entena school no enche Ghana we are not daft enti say other West African countries run an educational system ema omu youth every school in them and to be able to work and I just say because yen to mean creating jumanti yemani pantena school forever now panin through age bianza we school that is a backward thinking government. Every government or junior man will let the kids finish school and start working abroad now omuye very productive. Now we age one now we able to retirement early and do so many things and still be healthy And you say when you near Quaku age, be no, now failure would dredge memo, open say, cut to age. And say, since you are the enemy age. Now, Nipa Nini crown to me through steps. Now, so still, Ogusu or Ejumamu struggling when he should be on pension and be rested. So, a educational shortening and a problem. And you will say, Osanso Kabium say 24-hour economy is not new. Yes, ebinumwa ye bin penti ena NDC under President Mahamano. Ye ba be in such a way say afedie aban e ba be no deliberately. Ni awoka ni nyina no e private persons na eno mu lead omo ade. Afedie ni aye kan say aban e ba be ye nhihye ato ho. So that even the private persons no omubenya humfaso, including but not limited to time of use meters. Enunti ebano sa we use kani no at that period nya ubetua no ebeye less than nyana utia originally. So that is one. Any tax incentives in others ebema cost of production then abadam. So government is going to deliberately do it as society say na ebinumu eyebi than on their own. Now we want to do it deliberately. That is the difference. Then Osansu can be about about bad roads in Ghana. And Argentina, MPs and the rest, and bad roads, bad roads, Ekoya edaho from Newark all the way through New York to Washington and beyond. No, ye jai to her for continuously for 4 years. Now ye maintaining ebesay.
Shade na ye maintain.
Because abaimboni aba wabe na ju say sika kakra ye nya ye di maintain roads no kra no tolls no ma ye ngibiom. And he say wabayaba MPP aba beteki very bad decision. And the sources of revenue are eba eboya ma ye maintain ya kwa no wo say won gibium. Meanwhile mubeba no Dr. Buem Beka say you just need to build the roads and toll the roads and pay for them. Afede muba ben mu no tolls na wo hodada no mufa kwan bone so etwa free ho. And even if the roads were built by John Mahama and they are not maintained, they will be damaged. To say motorway are in Ufa motorway, so that's the way here. Motorway potholes, huge potholes. Yes, a sun net here, and I had fixing motorway. Air concrete. Ade, Bonnie Ben. So the MPP has disappointed her. Mon can say MPP, any NDC. The MPP has totally disappointed. And the Onka direct. Mongo can say, oh, maybe. Yeti MPP for sem ye DOH e supporte won e de yesika kohye mu afedi omo aba no omu di boni na wa fa MPP boni a omu di no e de aba ba hye e de coat na aba ba hye NDC enti omu mienu nyina enye enti yenko for Alan
no for from
yeah. So clearly no she is not well. We have always given this government a better governance more involving ye involve persons from other places even Cadbury members of what the NDC. We go for people who have the capacity to be able to help to deliver. That's all. And only yen focus. So we will continue to do so. Say obisu bisa about say Argentina schools and trees MPs yen insist say yen say now this is how things must be now. Unfortunately, it is the executive that will bring budget indications and yama for parliamentary approval. And the idea now say chinchina, that is what must only go in. That you will refine. That is what you will refine. And we in NDC, we are determined for the well-being of our man. And in 2021, when him say, yen party leader, John Dramani Mahama, at the elections in Echo Court. Now, so a bra asem no court to Krano, because we know Ghana must be run. President Adodanko Akufo-Addo, heading ministers by, we pass them. 2021 budget kra na enye finance minister Ken Furiata no present honorable CHM no present. We approved it. It was in 2022 na yemu say afedi o mo asase o mu tu anamo boni bia ebe how mine even more. That was when we rejected that budget because of the e-levies. The e-levies now modeba yenji told biom you say that budget they have started a certain trajectory. Otherwise say or more pese or mine be then they would have started from 2021. We nominees cry by abra na ye work out. We will not vet them. We will not approve your budget. But yes, sir. Because we thought say there must be a government. Yenchwe nya Supreme Court bekanu. Whichever is declared, no, we can carry on from there. But 2022 afedi he say sa ene se ba umi aka say e-levy nye yenchwe fuel no wo hin abra na ye ka say e-levy enye. Se o say yenkofa toll mbra bioma no wo hin ye ka say toll na omutwe mu no enye. Where was he? Was he sleeping or what? When did he wake up? Has he informed us that he has woken up? So the MPP has been a disappointment. No, omunkasa mo mumfata die no emfa mehye NDC enkasa yenya the same. Then of course the issue of central region and western region being a resource base and enuntie na da wo hwe NDC and shisha ni nyama ye ni na we factor all those areas in our decision making. Where regional hospitals are YC or Cape Coast. Where Atuabo gas processing na yekoye no western. Where akwanya omuye wo ho. We yi akwanya NDC yi ewo central and western region. There's no other proper route ewo ho. Then minia ebebisa about the GDP growth rate. Well, the GDP of 14% was a 1 year GDP. That was at the time the oil production ebekan the cocoa production for the first time. So we saw the highest GDP growth rate of what? 14%. At the same time also yenya a single digit inflation for a very long time of less than 9%. So that happened. It doesn't mean say the average of 2009 to 2012 was 14%. And our year ending start tenure it was 14%. But one particular year GDP the growth rate was 14%. Because of the oil and the cocoa production. Now, 1 million ton at that time. Oil also came in. We saw good growth. We had 14%. But it didn't mean say it was 14 every year. It wasn't 14 every year. So also na ufa President Mahama na bresuswa. It wasn't 3.6 every year. Yenya some years ekosro. Yenya some years eba form. Now everybody knew the impact of the energy crisis on industry and growth. Obianim say the energy crisis na ye experiencing and which he solved. At the same time, also, Osanso Hyeso, Emma Sankofa, and 10 fields. And also, producing oil, and this government inherited all those things. And that is why American Eka said the Economic Intelligence Unit predicted a minimum of 7% growth rate from 2017 on. And that growth rate will have nothing to do with any new policy initiative. Whether we year BBO, 1 year BBO, that growth is given based on the activities that have happened before. So, the end year was 3.6, but it wasn't 3.6 every year in terms of what growth rate under President Mahama. But we seek to make sure, say, we develop it and develop more. The kind of base, we hear no rebase, and this is a non-rebase figure. So we hear the rebase now, later. Rebase now, it will be higher than this. This is a non-rebase figure. Rebase now, higher than this 3.6. Then
me interested with the last question.
Then maybe
okay.
Adentina yen developing the rural areas. The rural development is part of our key processes. And abra na NDC woho. The district assembly concept and the support to the fund was happening regularly. Those times are na NDC woho every quarter. Allocations na echo minimum 350,000 Ghana cedi to a district every quarter. Ene amini wo kase ya inflation aba cedi are depreciating enyama boa kosoro. A quarter they don't even get 200,000. Oh, then they send you something. So a better than a rural development in better than Bekoso. Because the key source of support for development in any the district assembly common fund. Says here you take decision in Bibia at the central level. Look, currently ongoing, and he say your total machines are compulsory for every district. Say we here grader, say we here grader, you see G grader, G compactor, G tipper track. Meanwhile, we call districts be a problem on drainage, and in your any dredger. Ebe yi got anuma ye then amahon enye grader. Now so because of being interest in yentos idea in Emma every district. So the local governance system, the rural development component of the local government in Ayira Ewa system. This was not the case under the NDC. That was why a lot of projects were initiated, both from the central level to support rural development and also the district level, the local governance level at the district, municipal, and the assembly levels. Of course, a number of other interventions are also, like the fiber optics now, from the south all the way to Upper East, Pusigano, is intended to open up these rural communities to internet and technology facilities. So clearly we cared about development.
I make impact by digitalization.
Of course. Now Baumia the investment Bempa na MPPI in terms of digitalization effort. Look, first and foremost, what can I say? Omu beji Google address ya ewo already. Say omu ye GPS postcodes. Omu di sika. You think that those codes work alone? America ha. Say what the code no share. Say machine no ekasa ebobo edimbi Mumfa Melberry Road Mumfa ha. So first line of project is to name streets. The street naming project that was to be captured onto the system was done by the NDC. Me baby amete those times I hear no nan can say the street walker here there betu me say mempe. I don't want any street name after me. So that street was named, I think, Fefeti Drive, and then the other one too was also given, and them I didn't accept it at all. Yeah, all these naming and everything, and put all the systems in place. The fiber optics was laid by us. Mr. Muse, MPP by and there no why. Dr. Baumia was presented to us as economic messiah. I feel the economy no, why should economy not fail? He himself in the earlier days, or see Omukra solid economic team. I feel the Omwa failure or Baumia and Kai economy biom. I feel the Wadane no IT expert. Nia adia enye nunti na yede wo ba ye no afi de ho na wakwa kowie na ne nti a yede wo ba ye no wa be say hopoto wo mpese ye be ka no. Meanwhile you have done nothing. If there is anybody who should be credited for our digitalization effort, then it should be John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Ekospio Gabra and President Rawlings and the rest. Because look, before then, who say we are foreign caller, who be buki, ewa Accra. Now I go back to Ikurasi. It drew time now. Your friend say bra, na be ye will call. It was under Jerry Rawlings, And I say ye expand the system. Kofi Gabra say as a communication minister. After 2 years, he handed over to John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama continued. Then later, as Minister of Communication, to do the necessary liberalization of the airwaves and all those things. And when he became vice president, he continued. As president, he continued the digitalization effort. And this Dr. Baumia is talking about digital. Look, passport, digitalized passport. Even Hannah Tete was the one who launched it as Minister for Foreign Affairs. Dr. Baumia said, "Oh no, yes, you can add to, but the thing has been launched, done."
So,
and I say, Ukra Ghana card. You don't need to fill any form again. You just take it, and then they will print your passport for you. Say, look, this guy doesn't even understand what he's talking about. Say, me Ghana card, me koji address and things that are used. Maybe I used based on where I am.
Yeah.
Now, Bibinti, I have moved to another and I haven't updated my data on it. I cannot just take that with the old data to go to have my passport printed for me.
Very, very
when
important.
I have changed my distance. So that cannot happen until baby then you clear the same card. So the guy is just talking because of campaign. He's just talking. Promise as you go. That's all. That's the type of campaign Baumia is running.
In fact, honorable Wayade. And I don't want to take much of your time. So you need rest. Yame Yaduma, Sadia Baba, time near
2 p.m. exactly. 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
The place is 52 Park Place, Newark, New Jersey, 07102.
Okay. 52 Park Place, Newark, New Jersey, Ben Penn Station, Hope. Enti Eushiafo Yame Yaduma watchina. NDC for where the same one Masuma. As NDC campaign and yet off baby. Munya message in so beto omanfo so apart from say mo bash MPP no munya message ni ye pa because 24 hour
message
yes 24-hour economy ni explanation
but for now MPP are disappointed on no more can say because MPP aye boninti NDC for so aye boni here for no
as a MPP the oma here no na NDC communicating more.
Well, no. Yeka about our 24-hour economy, yeka about size of government, yeka about infrastructure development, yeka about all those things.
As Obia could have the same ideology, but as how is going to implement is a case here.
Then we relate it now. You near all kanokre near why bipe John Dramani Mahama
was free SHS now. Say attend more.
Oh no, na free SHS in the manner air kosui.
Say Obakra Kobiana.
That is why I'm worried. Say meba
quality of it.
Meba or Wesley Girls High School. Now in there we call Wesley Girls High School. And I'm saying that why should my child go to Wesley Girls High School and not pay a penny? Because I'm not paying, who have capacity to pay, it is affecting even on one or money capacity to pay. Because I'm being forced not to pay. So I'm not paying. And the quality no so yeah then bad down. Senka omuye system in such a way say I will pay. Say me I am helping government so that government will come and add a little now the bebano. So quality will be sustained so that ni I will say won't chenu call even further down. Any ni our capacity no won't money panel and some so low. That's what is happening now. Then then they will now go back and now the same parents now you are forcing them to now contribute to do many other things.
It is because your man are free because I have crossed free SHS no right from Mofrasia Mebenya 3 Obekwa kosi obewie SHS no
because they have reached and no emma quality ni then madam pe videos na ye dey kire eduane a ye mamrantie no oba na okọ school no odidi okọ boarding for free? Is it boarding for free? So Argentina yen in such a way say, okay, like we were talking about earlier, let's start it this way. Say your body now odekwa. Kofi Adams, you should be able to pay for boarding for your daughter.
Exactly.
So we wait your body. Who saying these ones cannot. And the data is there. We are just being lazy. And the M-Pesa you better check the data.
Who can afford?
The data is there. The data is there. We are just being lazy. Ebini say Wi-Fi for schools, you know. Now I sorry say, oh Ghana, as if say your network baby. So you go and give contract that Wi-Fi for all schools. Meanwhile, communities be okra, even voice call okra won't mean then enye. So how are you awarding the contract for Wi-Fi? Abra network anyhow. We are just being lazy. And because your money is and misika and so you are paying 56 million Ghana cedi for non-existing Wi-Fi. Aden.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Falas Nevi says Alan is the deal. Mama Georgina says greetings back home, my lovely sister Babs. And Rico Swan says Babs, you are the best. Oh my God, you are Mama, yes, Mama Ghana, yes, beside Mama Africa. I say Mama Babs say Martin Amidu mentioned Mahama and this has nothing to do with the MPP. Falas Nevi says Martin Amidu never said that about Airbus scandal. Yo, thank you so much, Rikus. Now Ishmael says I'm at work and I have bad connection. Can you please ask him about the V8? Yebisa dada. Let me be jumping down through because questions yebisa nina. Now Osakam say Uncle Kofi Adams can lie. He has chased for cars by Gordon Asare. He was chased. Yes, Gordon Asare be chase you for cars. Yo, if Yamido say you are talking about roads as at now, why do you pay yourself by dollar rate? And when him say and say Ghana nka yesu so dollar no so wo yen yankasa ye local market.
Well, unfortunately, the policymakers have not yet see some forest bureau dealers we as if say omuno muye problem. That's a appointees nankasa ekipi dollars ewo mun pass ya e den na ebesi. Ye JC abuchi a onukura just $10,000 as if say onu no ye problem. Meanwhile, in Penifon Nankasa, ekipi all kinds of foreign currency under Mompasi. And Munamoka say Ubikura de 3.something million
$3.5 million.
Eddie Abaha. And Ukra even news to me. Me Sesiana meeting. Sesiana meeting.
Oh, there be me.
No. And Ukra. This is the first time I'm hearing it.
News
to me.
NDC MP, I Ghana say, Asansu Buachi the $3.5 million. Newark Airport, yes, easy.
Me say, this is news to me. This is the first time I'm meeting. Me minti no krenu ya me minti.
Hey!
In fact, Ghana say.
When him say, because of that, says yeah, the way a penina say, wo ba, they look at you some way. And when I was coming, they were asking me all kinds of questions. I said, look, if they like, they can carry me into the room and no me search fully. Now, onokra 10,000 now, or cano, maybe meji more than 8,000 credit free. I'll still meet the threshold because I wasn't carrying any side thing.
I'm saying, di adwene edechia. Yabeshu esio frau. Mama ya kwa na mfa dwumadi ni nsi ha. Yadamo ase 4 solid hours. Enya easy. Me pon adwuma me nkofie me nidi ye. Nsuo kura nkama no. Nti mesre sementimi amfa wo kola. Enya buapayo. Honam na ye mre. Why? Montima se kakra na ye nyina. Yema bibia nkoso. One of my Sunday message, Willie Ashley says, Mahama said, you have to lie to win votes. Is it the best thing to do? Ben Bronx Abe, Can you ask the Honorable Eba Cecilia Dapa, what are we going to do to set an example so our leaders don't drag the name of Ghana in mud? Mama Georgina Sabe, please, I just want to know the meaning of Ofosuan Pofu and Mahama saying no contribution, no chop when they went to the US. Honorable Yano Pano na Yampong.
I say no contribution.
I say the Nienti Ofosuan Pofu no Mahama can no contribution, no chop brought by US.
Mama and Kabi. Ofosuan Pofu na can I am a president. Mama crash shaking it. He said no. Satam no muntu abano.
Okay.
Okay. So you see how they always say Mahama is a threat. Mahama is a threat to Kofi Bebreinti. Adie bia obeti say omo feel say question mark was no say ye de Mahama edi mbebam.
Na one thing and another can ye. Ghana cannot afford the return of NDs, especially the leadership of John Dramani Mahama.
Only record bia that will be destroyed. The record that we want to destroy is what? The record of family and friends, the record of nepotism, the record of corruption. And no, na yepe say yes say no the yebe say no. We don't want that to be part of our governance system again.
All right. I'm on for to make just 4 hours into be a koda. I can't hear what you hire to your great better as India the Muina say honorable Kofi Adams MP Dema Buem Constituency OT region. Na yadasepa honorable na oba hano oshe aha to say.
Oh well, it's good. It's a beautiful place. The last time I remember Hano was in 2013, and I've seen that quite a lot of changes have happened because I had 2009 and 2013 with President Rawlings, and a lot has happened. We may not get a chance to do it the way or more a year, but we can pick a few things are right and to be able to take it home to develop.
Now, Oba, your studio house, so Adena.
Your studio is excellent.
So
excellent because the truth is that usually Uba Brochina say we call studios and yet as beautiful as this, and you really have a beautiful studio. And,
thank you,
and well spaced. Well spaced and very neat from outside all the way into the studio. Those times we call, especially we call UK and some of the stations now say they will call live program. Which the Anna Haswe.
All right, thank you very much, Ebusiafo. And this is one does Mumbra, we know Mumbra, Yejumano, Emu. And Yenya Penny James Amameso. We didn't just Sanchez Sibium, Edepa.
Yes,
Amameso, no?
Yes, Amameso. There were differences, there were diversity.
Right.
So human diversity.
Oh.
It gives you an idea that we are not going to look the same, we are not going to speak the same way. We have different temperaments, but we have to suspend you have to suspend your judgment. See, we see people and we judge them without listening to them. So when you have that in mind, that we all not the same, we all don't speak the same way, we all don't look alike, we all don't have the same height, size, we make room. That way we can appreciate the values that others have in them.
All right. Thank you.
But my last point about this NCNC, because Mukra Macau baby, and I'm saying, say, at this moment, say, when him say, oh, I dream Pabiedema or Mina, this is the best time for you to come out and bring those ideas.
Yes.
So that ye formulate ye ideas, ye manifest, baby. So the no contribution is this is also part of it. Say why yes, why jinchre won Fabra says here. Na yen fan share yen humana ye de co elections. We don't sit somewhere and you don't bring those ideas. Now you hear fedie who be piano in another way ebe so difficult for what? Implementation. So there should be contribution now. So that tomorrow it can be part of the implementation. Can evolve into policies for implementation. And yet, chop as in eating. Me sure say that's what he's saying. But of course, but of course, when you win an election, even more, why Joe Biden oko appointing Kofi omonka ne ho. Joe Biden oko. No, but the institutions that are there will be there. But there are people that the president will come with. So now Joe Biden omo appoint one we dey not part of the Kofi no one ye juma. Trump call you know enye the Kofi na or one call. So that one maybe that is the direction that he's talking about here. Then I don't see anything so much wrong with that because when to me Kofi will be from outside say Ombambeye part and parcel of the process when the person don't understand the focus, the ideas, and then the rest are Wokoye implementation. So
all right, thank you very much, Ebusia, for Franco's Ankrabe. Sometime you have to check some messages that can help you to ask strong questions of you if you don't have time to read all. Thank you very much, Uncle. Mama Bab Sabe, please, I read that. Franco Su, thank you very much. Ishmael Omaye, $10. Thank you very much, Ebusia, for. Ebusia for Hana Medemusi, Medamu ina se. Nyame aduma watchina yebesan at the morning show Abramo. Onopa Doreen Owusu HR financial professional will be on the show. We're gonna bring you live. Thank you so much, Fremi Abeku. If you're a time I know I will not be able to satisfy everybody. Forgive me for that because Metian accommodated me since morning. I know most of your questions could not be answered. There will be another time. You say my open floor I'm above MPP, NDC, Cheddar, Alan, Obi Amra. Na mombebo muntu anagana funti and take decisions room. Near Honorable Kofi Adams Abeke, Obi Ejina so afa no ho adwen. It is san ye no nti yadamose pa. Yami admochina yebesan edeshia. Keep subscribing to our channel King's Jersey TV on YouTube, King's Global Platform on YouTube, King's Jersey TV on Facebook. Afe when Timia Ubetimi accommoding Ghana and our tuning you're gonna be with us. Thank you so much. Yami Admo China 2 p.m. and this in Penimfor and Yakunina Eshim Ewo Newark. Homra Nayina Yamwa na Wonjumedian Nkoso. Like us MPP. Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, good evening to you. One Mama Chrissy. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye bye.